now looking at. There is a quote from Chinese. They say when the winds of change, wind of change blows, some build walls while others build windmills. Means use the opportunity, right? I know there are certain sectors now. Healthcare has suddenly boomed. It has been dormant for a few years, but suddenly you see, right from making ventilators or that vaccine or even IT-enabled 4D technology to find out the coronavirus hitting our respiratory, right? Finally, we could see that the last stage where the respiratory organs, thanks to all technology today. So that's how we have to use this, right? Use the opportunity. So very quickly, how people are navigating, people also understand that you must also see that how they are. Let's look ahead now. Firstly, we have to see how the world is changing, how we are responding, and how we need to refocus, right? Handle the future. So that is what the immediate survival means, the short term and medium. And then, of course, we also not to lose sight in the long term as well. Okay, firstly, we should stop going back to normal. I think that word itself is going to be erased now. If you all heard of new normal, next normal, that is what I'll just take you in a few minutes. But instead of wanting the past back, we want the future sooner. And that is exactly the pharma health. They pedaled hard. Imagine, 9 months, the drug, what it takes, 14 years, some of the drugs takes 11 to 14 years. They have to time crunch it. It was a need of the hour, and the people have burned midnight oil, the researchers, the scientists. So the community, 7.6 billion is at stake, right, if they make a mistake. So they all went ahead, and then they're looking at the good vaccine, and hopefully, and of course, Bill Gates has always been telling about this, change will take time, and suddenly it is there everywhere, right? And nothing is the same ever. I mean, this is not now. He's been telling us the last 10 years when he ran Microsoft. Always, the change has to be there, and change will take time, and suddenly it's going to hit us. And once it is, nothing is going to. Exactly what I'm taking that. And just a little bit, I think we are all now in the remote mode, what we call work from mode or remote working, and learning as well. Educators, teachers, everybody is putting effort in their own environment, whatever environment they are able to. But still the world is still connected. That's the best part, right? I have not seen any businesses still disconnected. Somewhere I would also attribute to technology. Of course, we are still seeing happy, smiling faces in all meetings and conferences, and we all have even your own personal Zoom birthday parties, your family connects. I think that is all the civilization. Very interestingly, if you are able to see this picture, for somebody, electronics and IT engineers, of course, even MBA school. This is about remote pets monitoring human beings. It's the other way around, right? It's now deployed in 48 Singapore parks. They are doing thermal scanning, social distancing, analytics, real time. All these things happening, and this apparently goes towards in the park for a certain time, and then they monitor, right? So this is the world we are. We are in. This you could call as a robo pet, or it could be anything else. Everything is involved here: IoT device, and thermal scanning, artificial intelligence, mobility. The data is stored in cloud. So this encompasses, right, how technology is now going to be at least supporting us during these difficult times. Okay, so the word next normal is what people will be looking at. I'm sure everybody, when they come to your college or any guest speakers, they'll always talk about it. Must have had many seminars on this topic. So how we get prepared, not only prepared for the industry and entrepreneurship, but in general, the next normal is what? How do we conduct business? B2B, B2C. Already you have seen contactless. I'm about to fly on Monday, tomorrow actually, to my nephew's wedding. They are saying that everything is, even the baggage has to be sticker they are already given. The boarding card, of course, they give, web check-in. They don't want any contact, right? Apparently in airport now they have thermal, they will sense your temperature. So as much possible, less contact. This was not dreamt a few years back, right? So today that is the reality, and I won't be surprised that machine learning and deep learning, the robots will be sitting with students and learning also together, or the other way also we will get enabled by them, or we may have to teach. Of course, we teach machine learning anyway. So this won't be very far. This is already happening now, coexisting between machines and human beings. And if you see, the businesses are at the heart of transformation. Transformation, it's not just a word, right? So much activity has happened. People are putting creative head, design thinking, whatever you have read in few semesters and guest lectures, design thinking, creativity, entrepreneurship, right? Innovation, all that. If you encompass everything, of course, this this small picture represents a social media aspect, but behind the scene, look at real businesses, how everybody, whether it could be hospitality or travel industry or pharma, energy, utilities, banking, insurance, right? So let us look at some of the aspects, how they're doing. But like I said, the VUCA world, always you have to embrace uncertainty. Means knowing what you know, knowing what you don't or can't know, and knowing the difference. So we have to understand that what we know. If you can't, we need to reach out, we need to take help, so be it, right? But just being ignorant will not be suffice. At least we have to take an effort to know what is. Of course, the change, if you really see, though it's a very little bit of old slide, you see the car model, I don't know if it still exists or not, but it's all about focusing. It's not for fighting in the old, but on embracing. Already we have seen the embracing change, right? Like even this putting masks, right? By default, if you step out, whether you take your wallet or car keys or foot keys, but mask is more important than anything else. So that itself, the social distancing, right? Hand sanitizer. I mean, times where even when you take bath, maybe when you go back and take bath again, we never used to. Probably maybe lunch and toilet, we used to take sanitizer hand. But other than that, now you see every transaction you go to a bank, they need you be sanitized, right? So this all habits, and there's again at the business sense, everybody is now embracing the new. Okay, the rate of change on the outside exceeds the rate of change on the inside. So this is again a famous quote by Jack Welch. I'm sure you all have seen this quote before. It has to be adaptability. Otherwise, organization is going to not last. Either they'll get merged or they get acquired. The competition will be there. So the rate of change, you have to keep up with the pace, and that's where it is a test for all the leadership today. Okay, and just on the other things is, no matter whether I lost my hair after 32 years, you can see like an LED bulb, but doesn't matter whether you have the right skill set or not. If you are not going to have right skill set and relevant skill set, even this boat is not going to be used anymore. It's done and dusted, right? If you see already, nobody is even going to buy for firewood. See, now they're saying boat, nobody wants. Even firewood they're asking. I'm sure this is not going to be used for fire because maybe have pests. Maybe it's not even sufficient for firewood. So this is a very ironic picture, right? It will always come back and hit us. That means if you don't have relevancy, don't have a skill set, no matter what status you are, you could have, of course, inherited wealth. You might be, in a good, everything. But if you're not relevant, you're not going to be used to anybody, for the community, for the business, for anybody. So keep in mind that that organization has to be prepared to abandon everything it does to survive in the future. So whatever we are doing in the past, like I said, past or now we have to start looking at new normal and next normal. Again, modern management guru Peter Drucker has given this statement. Okay? The organizations are looking at agility. I mean, you see so many companies in IT or even other verticals, they're quickly changing, right? You cannot be, of course, with all due respect to the huge shift, right? Without this, we cannot get any food or cargo. We need that, it's got its own merit. But you also see it is slow and it takes time. This is not the way looking at. You have to be agile. You look at the small yachts, how, if you see how it turns and depending on wind, right? You have, of course, the analogy is you want to reach from A to B, but using this, you see how organizations are now maybe decentralizing or giving some of the power away or enabling the smaller units or decision making. So again, all your B school, business school subjects and looking at management principles, it's all very relevant, right? How we disperse things and how agile is the way to combat the VUCA world. Okay, so moving forward, yes, good is nice. Even our kids and your proud parents will always say, "My kids are good." And I think good is the definition of good is not going to be relevant anymore. It's going to be the best. The best is what everybody wants. I'm not saying best when you are gold medal and high 99 score, but best in everything you do, right? When we go for campus interviews, we look all around, the factors we, of course, domain, your knowledge, project, internship, first of all, eligibility criteria with no backlog, all that is fine, but we still want the best of the best because what it means is our customers are demanding, right? See, when we do now, of course, outsourcing, nearshoring, near site, now we call zero shore anyway because of remote connectivity. They always want the best resources. When we go and do large deals, when we pitch against our competition, why we say, right, our organization, of course, you are a school, college, you are an institution, right? Already you have seen the TechCube, one of the best, what our coordinator talked about. Best thing about TechCube, right? So much, one of the best things it is done, right? So people are looking at that. So the best only will survive. So very quickly, how they are looking at it, how they're dealing with it, and how we're going to go next normal. Very, very quickly, that CEO, what with digital transformation, we see a lot of large deals in cloud and technology and analytics. What supposed to have happened in 2 years, now with all happening. In fact, some of them are done already. 4 5 months they use this. Amazing. I will just quote one project. One of the students, one of the college have done for Samsung. They used augment virtual reality. If somebody wants to buy a Samsung washing machine or anything, TV. So what they did, they gave about I think 2 lakhs prize money, and 3 students, 2 girls and 1 boy. They did a project. They came up with augment reality, virtual reality, and now customers don't have to go to any shops, right? They can use that device or they use that, of course, if you don't have that AR, VR augmented lens, you can also use the videos, more of a 3D effect. They'll see what it contains, touch and feel almost real, and amazing stuff, right? I've seen, they're all 20-year-old kids. So that is being now productionized in the Samsung, right? At least in India now they're using that app. So you see how much of transformation, acceleration has happened. Automation, everybody is looking at automation. The bots and chats, I think the computer science students already must be doing projects. The chat bots and the RPA, robotic process automation. I'm sure all the work they say, right from changing password, especially in banking, almost everything you can do more like an automated process. And productivity is increased. Of course, there is also complaint that people are working longer than that. That's because of dependencies, a little bit of cross-culture time zones. But having said that, plenty of there's traction in productivity. A lot of the good news is that working online, you can also see productivity increase. Of course, our Prime Minister already talked about being Atmanirbhar, being self, being adaptable, self-reliant, and looking after of ourselves. Of course, very, very message he gave much early in the thing during the lockdown. So how we are preparing for next normal? Very quickly, education has become anytime, any place. So this is exactly now the interview question for you will be many case studies. Okay, the first question they'll do, what did you do last semester? or 1 year you during this pandemic? Have you got any certification? Have you got over and beyond your curriculum? I know you will get distinction, you get high marks and all that, but over and beyond, did you have you got any certification, any communication skills, certification? They're looking at every aspect, right? Of course, today we are on more than 50, 20, 20 to 50 collaboration tools. Amazing. Each company has got their own. Of course, Zoom and Google is much more wider use, but everybody has got their own tools. For us in Wipro, we use Teams, right? Microsoft Teams. So collaboration tools, the adaptability. Now there's no choice, right? People have to use that. Of course, very important that understand the business models have changed. That means what people have gone back to renegotiate contracts, because in some cases, if you're not going to use public transport, company transport, and if you're not going to use the ODCs, offshore development center, why will customer pay for all that, right? Of course, customer is happy to pay internet connectivity if you don't have a phone. But there's things like that, no? They're looking at all the business models. Of course, the crisis will be there. We have to face it, and it is going to get over very soon. More important that we have to show empathy and tolerance. Like I said, 60% of the people are still not connected. Some of them are still thinking, hard to pay the fees. Because I know from our Rotary Club, we also enable people very hard. People are going through tough times, and learning has to be enabled. That is somewhere if we all could, as a community, help to bring everybody back to, at least in the learning space, would be good. And of course, we need to be tolerant. It is not about race and you and me, and so we have to have a tolerance among all of us. And some of the things, it's a wonderful slide. If people can take a snapshot, this is about the whole business. When we talk about tweaking, right? When the word tweaking is about changing few things, adapting to the VUCA world I talked about, everything will be looked at it, whether it's an IT, whether it's in analytics or human resource function, or if you are doing a product, or if you're doing marketing. See how much every value chain end to end will change, and this is exactly where we need to look. We as a business leaders, and when I say it includes engineers, of course, I always include engineers and business leaders together. Look at end to end, how much of we can bring efficiency, of course, cost cutting, a lot of things. If you look at the whole process chain, and again, this is a template, but we can use this for every businesses. And if you're going to be starting as an entrepreneur, use this. Think about where are the touch points, how they in this pandemic, how people are, especially you see a large company like Amazon, how they're using curbside pickup at the US. There's very minimal contact. A lot of things you can look at the business processes. Of course, very quickly, I want to take time on this before we move to the next one. How much of a shift has slow? One thing good is a lot of localization has happened. Believe it or not, at least I've seen around Osur, which is Bangalore, I would say outskirts or towards Tamil Nadu, if people know about this region. There are about at least 3 large mobile companies have set up. Apple has set up, of course, through another partner. All the Apple phones will be assembled in India. So that's a good news. So the shift has become very local. Nobody now, there's no point going to Korea. People have realized lift and shift. A BPO can be lifted and shifted in 6 weeks' time, can be up and running. So that very good news, and good news for Karnataka also. Places like Tumkur, and I'm sure at some stage, people, places like Bagalkot also will have, north of Karnataka will also have that focus, and that's where Made in India, a lot of emphasis is getting the trust in that area. Of course, digital, we started few years back with the Paytm sort of thing. Now there's no choice now. I have seen very less people walking to a bank. All the transactions have been done over mobile phone. Everything is now almost, I wouldn't say everything, but most of the things are now digitalized. Cash is now king. Of course, if you're a finance student, if you have to, that's how Indian companies, IT companies have survived. If I really look at, approximate, 10 companies, if I even say if they all have at least $6 or $7 billion cash, already we see 10 companies in India alone I have $70 billion with them, right? So that is really good because customers will say, that they'll feel comfortable in doing business. Okay, and like I said, people are renegotiating contracts, SLAs, statement of work, and it will be like this, right, for a year or two. And more important is people who need to have real data, and that is where the analytics will come into, because they need to know what is the next, real time inventories, and looking at the supply chain, right? Uh, we have to look at where are the things. For example, you saw that PPE clothing. Suddenly, we never had that in our, unless very few operation theaters. But now, last 7 months back, if you're sitting in an aircraft in the middle seat, you need that, right? So things like that, PPE, all the MSME sectors, they're doing that, gloves and hygiene aspects, sanitizers. So your supply chain has to change, especially mechanical engineers. You will see that if you read about Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz, a lot of companies, they went first 2-3 months, they went berserk, right? No orders or anything. But immediately they, believe it or not, they started doing ventilators, right? They used all the machinery, people, effort, process, and then they had, of course, raw materials, everything, quickly innovate, and they supplied to, as a social enterprise cost, they supplied ventilators. And agility, I think people are working harder than what we were, It has brought everybody to thinking process, the innovative process. It has to be agile, quick and swift and fast. That is the message. Okay, so the industry outlook, where we are seeing. So if I were you, I would firstly update my LinkedIn, your resumes. Don't worry whether you are in second year, third year. You're going to keep it ready. At least start looking at this of the organization where they're, recruiting in mass numbers. You believe it or not, even transporting the vaccine, the logistics of it, the whole cooling, the entire re-engineering, even the planes. You can imagine, not a normal cargo plane is going to be used. They have to have certain temperature that has to be maintained till we all get vaccinated. So imagine the supply chain. The airports are being re-engineered. Fast priority planes will land. Oh, hundreds of planes they're looking at. So very interesting, how this next 6 months is going to be. So health and pharma, and thank God to all our, pharmacy and the scientists. Really, they have put their effort and brought us almost, I would say, life to back actually. And the IT is always. I am a biased guy, maybe because of 32 years. I had a long runway. Which industry would give that? I'm a little bit biased, but IT, you all know that it creates at least 4.5 lakhs to 6, I would say 6 million people in India already there. Actually, the figure is 11 million IT workers, but in terms of 2 to 3 million, there will always be freshers starting, in this industry. Education has gone online. You all know that today, what used to be Baiju, we are all laughing 2 years back, an ad with Shah Rukh Khan, but that has become reality, right? People are pouring funding, venture capital, and see if you are able to tap in and probably look at some of the, if you're entrepreneurial in that online education plan, because that is going to stay forever. And today, amazing, over the top, Netflix has opened for last 2 days. Everybody's, your friends must be in berserk going through 2 days of how much it has changed, right? Banking, biomedical, MSME, manufacturing devices. Like I talk, simple things like ventilators. All of a sudden we need of the hour, right? So there are plenty of opportunities of the industry, and a little bit on the trends. What sort of when you search, it includes everything: process, people, technology, software. Like I said, automation. Somebody is doing projects. Please ensure that you are doing the relevant project. Don't do that good old payroll system, attendance system. That is not relevant anymore. At least start doing something very like cloud technologies. Later, my colleague will talk about cloud as a business and a little bit of insight to technologies as well. Look at cyber security. Believe it or not, 3000% increase in cybercrime. Just about everybody is losing money with the trick of people who are unfortunately theft, cyber thefts happening. What used to be 20%, now it is almost 3000% increase in cyber security. People are phishing data. So that is something projects you can start doing. Animation is another one. In fact, we attended a session, animation used for teaching, right, pedagogy, so much in that area. Of course, even I got a personal laptop last week. There's always been the devices. That's where there are a lot of things, opportunities for us. Of course, from other aspects, KPMG, Deloitte, they're recruiting in full Zoom because that's where they're looking at risk management for MBA finance and marketing. Look at some of the areas, right? And even engineers also analytics. If I have to see in your resume, I have to see something like mobile analytics, cloud, which I will cover a bit later. Some projects, some internship, some like I said, certification. Of course, digital marketing has been there. Dr. Rashmi always, she's the forefront in your college. Last at least 8 years, I know she's been talking about digital marketing and artificial intelligence. Like the principals said, they are also giving technology, next generation technology in your syllabus, right? Of course, we all need counseling. There will be a lot of things. These are some of the trends. Merger and acquisition happen. We've already seen Future and Reliance, how they're getting together. Keep a watch, because in the interview we'll ask questions. What are the major merger and acquisitions and all that? Okay, so now having said that, the good news is, believe it or not, I am done and dusted in 2 years when I'm retired. Who will be the taking forward? 75% of the total workforce will be you. People who are you call yourself Generation Y, Z, or whatever, anybody born, I would say still 95 and above. They are the ones. I tell everybody, including my colleagues, somebody who is 45 plus, almost they have to count their sunset days have come, because you see this vibrant workforce. And of course, I always be with the millennial kids, because they, having said that, they bring a lot of creativity. You've seen already so many CEOs are less than 35 years. Okay, what we have seen, the social media, the whole Facebook of the world, Google. You see the engineers in Google, they say very rare you see somebody with gray hair 40 plus, right? So that's the good news. So you are the future, you're going to build, and this is a very, very powerful thing that will be all run by you. And of course, education will be online. 50% will be there, and you have to. So a very important other aspect is the future of work. Very quickly, how it is going to be panning across. Very important to know that the red world is what this is a PwC. I should give them credit, but this is again what they're talking about, gig world. I'm sure everybody would know. It started about 5-6 years back in US. They called gig is a freelancing consulting type of work. It is also applies to us, because you as a student, you don't have to wait for your graduation to complete. You can start now, right? I think some of the things have already been done by department, MBA department. You have already been doing this as project, internship. They have been entrepreneurs, right? So you don't wait till your graduation. So you work on part-times. You have now, of course, connected online. Then there's Orange World, which is small, collaborated. But I'm going to be a bit suspect on the Blue World, which is going to be disappearing, because people like, of course, in Indian Railways, we have 25 lakhs. IBM has got 6 lakhs. TCS are around same, 4.5. And Wipro has got less than 2 lakhs, right? So I doubt that this will continue, right? Large organizations, large companies. Instead, the people will look for niche, specialized sort of boutique sort of companies. If I go to an event, or you go and see a movie making production on a site, when everybody, of course, hero, everybody comes, and there's a lot of. If you see this, none of them have one large companies. They're all people who have assembled, right? Somebody is a choreographer, photographer. They're all beautifully mastered, orchestrated, and we all watch. Behind the scenes, it's all about networking and collaborative sort of companies. And we also need somebody to keep us honest. That is your social sustainability companies. They will also, because if you see in Japan, they like to eat whales. Just like we have our own food, whales is what they cherish. And the world, everybody went against them and said, you eat, but don't eat, consume the whole whale community, right? So they started rationing, and they fish for whales and store it, and in a protective, and so these are some of the companies will always be there. So gig is what you all know, but I'm just giving you a little bit on that. It's like a collaborative online with crowdsourcing. Yeah, it's about on demand, right? For example, somebody like a blockchain developer, today you can register and you can get 5,000 plus per hour, and it's all outcome based. You take a project, small project for 3 days, get it done, get registered. If you're especially in UI UX designers, web developers, right now with open source, this is all possible. All you need your high-end laptops and connect internet and join. Few of you can join together, and these are some of the sites. Top coder is Wipro company, to highlight, but there are other companies also. Go and register yourself. Our global hacker one, right? I'm sure some of you are already participated in some of the hackathons, which we will ask you in the interview, right? Have you participated? Have you won? And we also had women-only hackathons, right? Even in Wipro, a lot of things have happened. At least 6 months is not just that world we were all sitting and waiting, right? So these are some of the things. The way we are going to learn is going to change, right? Of course, with design thinking, the way we are going to think conceptually, like I said, everything like simple things like vaccine transportation. You see how much of re-engineering they're doing, right? Storage and facilities, government and collaborate, private, everybody is participating in that. Innovation, creativity, and all. These are your Bible things. Some of the things we will ask you in the things. Have you done anything? It shows your creativity skills. Demonstrate something. Then you take your laptop. Please take your laptop to the interviews. That is something I have not seen with the students. Because there's sometimes they'll ask you, okay, you open, make sure it's all charged, all this, not to be very silly, but I'm sure you'll be going with the laptop charged, booted, and showing some of your stuff, right? GitHubs, for example, if somebody has done some projects, show them your GitHubs repository, a wonderful work it's done, right? So this is all show and tell, not the theory. We are not going to ask you third normal form, fourth normal form, what is a tuple relationship, what is a circuit, binary circuit, or in an MBA, what is liability assets. Those days are gone, right? Because the world needs somebody, like I said, agile. I mean, to be all fair, people are also, we need new, fresh set of legs as well. Like people in legacy world, their thinking has gone almost, because that thinking will not apply anymore. That you could see in sometimes friction happens in our own personal life as well, our parents. But world is in a different, so you have to really catch up more. And what it means is your agility, learning has to be fast, the speed, the experimenting. You have to show, like I said, today's world, 9th class students are doing experiments with IoT. Don't come back and say, I've done my computer science and this is exactly what I know. 9th class, you go and see YouTube. They have done wonderful things. They buy experiments for 5,000, 10,000 and demonstrate, right? I've seen so much of stuff. Right? Sometimes it put me to shame that I am not able to do hands-on anything anymore, right? So how much of knowledge you are going to get, what sort of feedback you're going to seek. Of course, as facilitators, faculty, management, everybody will give you feedback. There has to be constructive and counseled properly, and time for reflection as well. So few slides, couple of minutes, and then I will hand it over to Dr. Pratima. So final word is, we cannot solve problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. That was already done, Albert Einstein, great scientists. No, they're all visionaries. They think ahead, right? And today, it's all about stay relevant tomorrow. And for us, there will be plenty of case studies. Whether you are in engineering, whether you are in, you have to build, and you know exactly what has been done, what not to do. And these are some of the things they will ask you in the interview. Yeah, they'll give you a case study, give you a scenario, right? Even if you're a digital marketing person in an online environment during this COVID situation, you design something. So they are going to ask you plenty of case studies. Be aware of that, be prepared, and be in action. Okay, so I will stop for the questions bit later. So that is a wonderful, I don't know how you think it was fast-paced, 60 minutes. We'll have plenty of to talk about during next few hours. And with this, I will going to stop my slide, say my thank you, and go ahead with Dr. Pratimas.
Yes, sir. Sir, sorry to interrupt. Actually, many of the students have registered and the limit is only 100. So we have streamed it on YouTube. So a few of the students are watching there also. And if they have any queries, they will put it in the comment box and I will ask it. Yes. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank
Yes.
you, Doctor.
Yeah, madam, please.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Rashmi. Wonderful to hear to you, Mohan sir, as always. And I was just wondering, looking at your slides, students must be gaining tremendously. With these words, I really appreciate the TechWeb 3 Center of BEC Bagalkot. I was amazed to listen to Principal Sir and Nayak Sir, the Coordinator Sir, and when you and Dr. Srilata was mentioning. It just says, although it's my first interaction, and looking at the website as well as hearing all of you, I felt quite at home. That's the credit goes to all of you. And I was wondering that students are also pretty lucky and fortunate because when you told 240 of them have registered, and that's true, 100 of them can join here, including us. So, students, I really wish you take the best of it and do speak, do ask in between. I'm sure you have captured a lot of goodness from Mohan sir's slides. Honestly putting, even I have captured when he was speaking. That's the power. You know, when somebody from industry speaks and he's carrying volumes of years of experience. So with these words, I wish you are charged enough and all of you had your breakfast. So let's take off something on behavioral skills. Nevertheless, the behavioral skills is quite known. Some of us may feel it's okay, what is there? But as the world is becoming smaller, shorter, faster, these skills have suddenly become very important. That's exactly I was trying to say. And I hope you are able to see the slide in a moment from now. Dr. Rashmi, you can confirm if it is all fine. Yes? Is the slide visible by now?
Yes, madam. Yes, madam, it is visible.
Okay.
Visible, madam.
Thank you. So students, you are muted. Thank you so much. But there will be some questions in between. And towards end of 40 minutes from now, we will try to play a small game also virtually. So once again, I'm checking. I hope you all have had your breakfast. Otherwise, bring your breakfast on your working tables or your mobile, or I am sure maybe some of you are on laptops also. So please come with your, the tummy should be filled, I always say. So we are going to talk about some skills which are on your personality, and the topic which your department has taken, the institute has taken care so well, is all about enablement. So the first thing to enable is certainly your degrees, your knowledge, but with that, a lot goes. And I'm sure you are able to see here also, and these are here, your attitude, your communication skills, and something which do you know yourself and how well you are. So these are very important. Four of them are marked in front of you. We wish at your institution, TechUp 3, which is giving you a forum to enable, see this beautiful word, enablement workshop. It is enabling you. Please make the best use. And how to make the best use? By listening, not hearing, listening. By understanding, by cross-questioning, by answering, by writing, all. Okay, so get charged up. And I'm sure some good screenshots you have taken from Mohan sir's wonderful slides. With these words, I take on, and this is my small unit which talks about flying high for teachers and students both together. Okay, a quick on the learning outcomes. We'll talk about that you all, the students have immense potential. Some of us feel, no, I'm just okay. No. Remember, you have huge potential. What is potential? You know, difference of potential and kinetic energy. You may have, but if you do not use, it remains entrapped. And what Mohan sir mentioned on VUCA world, yes, the world is of VUCA now. So what is important is in front of you, adaptability. The third learning outcome, like your course outcomes, we have some learning outcome from each and every session. So catch me if I'm not delivering on this by end of these 40-45 minutes. Knowledge, not marks. Guys, please note, knowledge, skills, and attitude are very important. In fact, they'll become the game changer. A couple of years back, it was certificates, marks, degrees were important. Nowhere those words are written. Can you see how the world is changing? As we move ahead, another thing, which is for all of us, not only for you, but perhaps for us also, openness to learn. How much you're open to learn is very important. In fact, I call it as a game changer. And when you're doing so much, you're talking of attitude, skills, everything, cognitive abilities. Equally important is how happy or how well you are doing mentally. And toward the last, please make it sure this pandemic has taught us the new definition of smartness. Nowhere that your accessories or your makeup or the way you're wearing things will alone count. They have taken a back seat. Smartness has been redefined in terms of your ability to present, share, talk, and the more important thing, what mentally you think and how intellectually you are driven here and those things. So guys, get ready. These are the learning outcomes drawn for all of you. And I often draw some baselines before I talk to young students like you. And young carries such a beautiful connotation. And you see, the moment I said the word young, I started smiling. That's the natural phenomena with youth. Energy, power, need to do, grow. All those things are important. So please see that the baseline is here, and that is every one of us. Everyone has some uniqueness, and each of us, you all means all 240 of you who have registered, including all your friends who have not registered, all the students, they all deserve to be healthy and happy. Very, very important. Okay, can you see the word? This is and, not or. So we need to really capitalize on our health. Now, when I say health, I have put an asterisk. In fact, I wanted to ask anyone who would like to say, what is health to you? What is health when I say health? Most of you may say, gym power, the physical, the muscle power. Okay, that I take as a constant. I agree, that's true. And do you think anything else is with the health? Anybody? Quick, unmute and tell, quick. There's a lot coming to you for today, huh? And keep taking some breaks of water and eating. Yes, what is health to you beyond the physical health? Anybody? Yes.
Mental healthiness.
Beautiful. Mental health. So what is mental health? What we feed here. One is we feed here what we are eating. Equally important is what we think here, what we feed in the information. This gadget. Many of you are connected right now through this. This gadget is giving you so much information. The computer in it is giving you every second information. Are you a victim, or are you taking overdoses of information, or are you being smart enough to choose the information? So health is mental also, and health is physical. And the derivative of good health is happiness. So happiness comes also from achievements, from doing good, from feeling good. So this is my baseline, because the important part is you are important. Kindly remember, you are important. The moment a teacher feels she or he is important, the class changes. The moment student feels he or she is important. Right now on Sunday, 10 o'clock plus 10 plus it is now. We all are connected. Are we connected only for the numbers? No, for learning, yes. So make sure, because you are important, you are taking care of the time. It's yours. And that's why I often say, when you're not understanding a thing or you feel disinterested, let us know, let the speaker know, so that before you log out also, we know how to improve or how to be better. These are all other baselines. So feel free, students, it's for you. Another important, I want to take this opportunity at your institution and bring out a very, very finer aspect of life. And that is, here technology may fail, but only you will help yourself. And that is in case, and that's very normal also, any of you see yourself failing in some aspect of life. This word is, very dreaded in India. I really thank the best, one of the finest scientists and the best president this country has produced. And I'm sure you all know Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, how beautifully he redefined the word fail. Failing is okay. There is no problem in failing. Because failing once at least is okay. You at least get a taste of fail and you are learning from that. But it is not okay to be depressed or sad. It's both remaining alone, not talking to anybody, feeling bad, having guilt baggage. These are not. It actually we need to come up. So what I'm trying to say? Do not remain stuck up. Talk, reach out, come for solutions. There are so many solutions possible. There's so many people around you only, including your teachers. So if at all, I agree, we may not fail, but try, in case you fail in anything, in academics, in relationship, in any aspect of life, in money, in career, it's okay. It's okay. The world is not ended. So you need to bounce back. Please remember, bounce back. That's the major part. And each of us are dash. And another aspect is that any of the problem for which we failed, we have more than one solution for each problem. Remember it. Like mathematics, like arithmetic, you cannot only solve one question in one way. There are more than one
Madam?
solution. So
Madam.
please, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Please a little louder, madam.
Sure. Good you told. Good
Thank
you
you.
told. Thank you for this feedback. Thank you. So guys, please think what we all are what that we should not feel bad. Anybody would like to fill in this blank? Anybody would like to fill in this blank? Any student? If you would like to fill in the blank, it will be great. And I hope I'm audible enough now. Otherwise, I'll raise my pitch more, even higher. So anybody? Otherwise, I like to come back to this question. I wish you text me or unmute and tell what are we, so that and we should not feel bad at all. So it's okay to fail. I don't know your parents will agree or not, but do not fail intentionally. Not studying and failing is a stupidity. I'm sure you're not into that. Trying your best and failing is okay. You learn. Ask Thomas Alva Edison's mom. She told, my son didn't fail 99 times. My son tried to experiment in 99 different ways to reach to the 100th example of his invention. The world changed, and that is incandescent lamp. We all know the story, and that's all his history. Okay, guys, I think you all have a paper and pen with you. And please, it's a very good habit. When I say I myself am carrying a notepad and a pencil, it's always good. Some of you may say something and I may like to note, as I was noting when Mohan sir was speaking. So please keep always handy paper and pen. Here, always phone may not help. What you will do with paper, which is beautiful. And do participate. It's written here. Do participate, please, freely. Okay. So I wish you participate and also share your questions, because the session is for you, not for teachers. It's for you. Okay, coming back to the main course, you all know the 10th month is running of pandemic for the world, and this corona virus disease of the year 2019 has caused utter disruption. This is nothing new. We all know. And what rightly you just heard Mr. Mohan speaking on the next normal, and he rightly told, don't wait for the going back to normal. That exactly, because life is already changing, but life has changed more because of the virus. So when this is there, and the word was utter disruption. Disruption has been happening from the last 5 years, but the rate of change of disruption, what we call acceleration, is quite high now. And our education, which we all are into, is a subset of two. The first is Industry 4.0. That exactly today's session is resting on. How should our students get ready? How should you be enabled for the industry of today and tomorrow? And this industry has been always focusing, and it is because Industry 4.0 is running, so Education 4.0 is already affected. There is one more effect today because of this virus. So Education 4.0, as you see, is getting hit or getting affected from two directions. Now, can anybody tell what is Industry 4.0 resting? Anybody? This is a question. Any of you can try. When I say you to try, as I was asking you in the previous question, you know what, guys, please listen, students. Trying is half winning. I repeat, when you try to answer a question, don't worry it's right or wrong. Don't worry what my friends or anybody else will make fun. Because ability to answer is very important, and many of your friends who may make fun, they themselves may not be answering. So answering itself is thumbs up, and answering correct is double thumbs up. So answering wrong also is at least single thumbs up. And you know how much we use thumbs up on the WhatsApp and all, right? So let's actually do also. Please try to answer. You know, you're 100 plus people who are answering on YouTube. Great. Please answer. Your ma'am told you it's being live streamed to accommodate all of you. How beautiful thought by your college that yes, let all come. So reciprocate by your participation. And I'm encouraging you, not for this session, I'm encouraging you to participate, to bring the change in your personalities, because we are talking about your enablement for industry. And industry expects that we are not writers, or we are not, like see my body language, just listening and see I'm rotating the chair. This is not what we expect from industry, right? We want alert, we want able to answer or to try. Trying is half a victory, market. So please answer. More answer in your classrooms also, be it virtual or offline.
It's all about automation.
Beautiful. One answer I got. And I'm on full screen. I cannot read the names. So wonderful. It's on automation. One answer came. It is not correct totally, but attempt is very good. Anybody else would like to try? Quick like him. Quick. See how much I motivated, and I'm happy you started. Yes, yes.
Fourth generation.
Yes. Fourth generation of what? Good try. Very good. Actually, Industry 3.0 was resting on automation, and Industry 4.0 is resting on cyber physical spaces. You can Google it a little later also, not now. Take it as a homework, write it on your piece of paper what you're having. Cyber physical spaces is what industry is resting. Some of us call it connectivity. And Education 4.0 is resting on innovation. It is resting on innovation. And innovation is an outcome of industry itself. That's the beauty. And because of the COVID, Education 4.0 is also resting on agility, what Mohan sir was mentioning in his talk. So please see the dynamics of Education 4.0. With so many changes happening in education, do you think we can remain the way we have been teaching or the way we have been learning? No, no. So that's the beautiful world of changes coming. Now, when we talk of this behavioral skill, what Mohan sir wanted me to do, in fact, when he was talking 5 days back, I think a couple of days back, the zeal in him was beautiful. I wanted to acknowledge him openly. The zeal in him to bring various angles was amazing. And when he approached me, I was fascinated to listen to him, and I said yes. Without knowing anything much, I said yes. That's the beauty. How some of us can feel for students or for the community. He's from industry, but he feels so positive for the education. Mohan sir, double thumbs up for you. Great. So behavioral skills for industry rest on personality. Number one, interpersonal skills, analytical ability, and leadership skills. So whenever you participate something, whenever you try to lead, whenever you try to do something, you have some skills, and that are certainly leadership skills. Let me please tell you, all these 4 skills which are written in front of you are learnable, are polishable, are improvable. So nothing to worry if you don't have. You can always learn. Personality attributes, right now you're participating, you are enhancing your personality. When you speak and collaborate for projects and assignments, you have interpersonal skills. Even right now. Right now, see, I'm talking through slides. I'm using technology. That's one. Okay. But I'm talking by my tone. I'm trying to talk to you. I'm using some skills more to reach to you. My eyes is making some impact. My body language, you can see at least till upper torso. I'm trying to just come and reach to you. So these all are somewhere which assist or help us in our communication, in our dealing, in our skills. This is nothing but interpersonal skills. Whenever at least 2 people are involved, it becomes interpersonal. Without analysis, sorry, if you feel that you're remembering and understanding a concept will give you marks and give you degree, then folks, we are sorry, because if you cannot analyze, we are sorry. We will have very good students with high marks, but less ability to come to industry. So right now only, keep asking your teachers for indirect questions, for doing something which is applied, analyzed, evaluated. And I'm sure what I'm mentioning is nothing new to you. I'm referring to Bloom's taxonomy, the higher order of cognitive skills, right? We say HOTS. Today's school students also are told to answer HOTS, high order thinking skills question, not describe, explain, define, write short note. These are lower order thinking skills. So please develop yourself. This is important. We will take the next 30 minutes on these only. Now, when I mentioned of couple of terms and words, actually, sometimes some of us may feel, including some teachers, but actually, when I talk to teachers across the panorama of the country, sometimes beyond also, the bigger question comes is that the teachers for students, they feel that how should I do this for my students? So students also feel that are so many things to do. We have to be agile. We are in VUCA world, right? We have to be agile. We have to be adaptive. We have to learn so much. Is it so painful? No. The answer is I'm showing you in a sunshine smile. No, it's not at all tough. What is required? Openness of the mind. If you think like this, see my hand, what I'm making my fingers. If you think like this, or little, like say, just going straight or little with angle, yes, there is some worry. But if you're open, you see, you're open to all the angles, it's all great. You will have sunshine smile, which is in front of you. And I'm sure you know the color of emojis is yellow, and it is derivative of the sun's color, the energy. The best, the yellow is signifies energy, and that's why I'm also using light yellow here and a darker shade of emoji shade here. Okay. Now, first and foremost, for you all, in fact, for all of us also, as teachers, as people from industry, very important us, especially in this tougher time where we are not much meeting, or the way we are so-called earlier normal we had, we need to do is self-talking. Kindly accept. You need to self-talking. The moment I say self-talking, it doesn't mean take a mirror. I'll just demonstrate. I'm not saying take a mirror and start talking. Pratima, how are you doing? You know, no. Yes, it's so funny, na? So it's not that talking. Self-talking is as good as one word is in a simpler way, meditation. But just being at calm, eyes closed, and thinking something, what you are, what you want, what are the challenges. See, I'm going slow. I'm talking slow for that. Sorry. I hope I'm reaching. Madam, am I audible enough, or should I have to increase the pitch? You can always tell me by unmuting. Please tell me.
No, it's audible, madam.
Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks to you. So self-talking is something knowing about yourself, knowing and accepting even if you have done some mistake. Because some of us, we tell others, I can excuse you, but I cannot excuse myself. I do meet with so many people, especially from academic world, because 20 years I have been a teacher. I have enjoyed in classroom in different roles as teacher, HOD, professor, mentor. So I know, and I forgot important, class teacher. And as a class teacher, we do so much with students. So when I've done that, I'm telling, it's so important that I may make a mistake. Pratima can make a mistake. Knowingly she should not, but if some mistake happened, it's okay, Pratima, come up from that. What I'm telling to tell myself, now don't repeat, learn from the mistake and come up. So do self-talking. You need to know, please see, you need to really know what actually do you know yourself? Do you like and do you value? When we say value, how much weightage you give to yourself? You need to give. And what is the word? Yourself. Please see. Some of us may not know, so we hardly talk much to ourselves. Please do that. Like yourself. Can you see this? Like. We are waiting for liking on Facebook or Insta or other things from others. First, like yourself. Like yourself. And can you see, you may be small, but always think you are big enough. Be look as a winner for yourself, because there have been episodes when people are anxious or depressed. Even if they are good, they look at themselves as small. So please don't do this. Do this part of the slide. Please, my request to all of you. When I talk about your liking, your knowing and valuing, let's make at this point of time, as we are reaching mid of the presentation, can we cast beautiful picture perfect? You know why picture perfect came? Because now the zamana is of selfie. If I give a task to you, you give a task to me, Pratima ma'am, you take a selfie. Perhaps I will take 10 seconds minimum extra than you. You will do in 3 seconds. I may do 13 seconds. Same work, please see. So because we are digital immigrants, you are digital natives. So you are much smarter than us. But this picture perfect, we keep doing selfie. I'm sure you can know what I'm saying. The way we make faces and all that. Okay, fine. That's great. Have fun. Beautiful. But just look at your health also. Your picture perfect internally. People, there are leaders from spirituality also. They tell you cannot go outside now. Go inside. Look at yourself first. Are you taking care of your health? So the first point I want to draw your attention to make you enabled for the industry of tomorrow, especially for pre-final years or youngers, first, second, third years. Certainly for the final years, you have a couple of months to go. It is December and you have 6 months to go. Please ensure you are physically fit. And that is from your genes, from your physique, your body, and something more. One I'll add, there is two blanks. One I'm adding, which is your diet, how good you take nutritive food, not junk food or packets of chips or other things and feel that, yes, I've done. If you miss on fruits, there is a problem. Just read today's paper I was reading, and it rightly says popping up the pills will not help you at all as compared to the sleep. And some of us think I can sleep 2 o'clock. ರಾತ್ರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 3 ಗಂಟೆ 4 ಗಂಟೆ ಎಂತ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆ ಮಲ್ಕೊಂತೀನಿ. I will sleep 6 hours 7 hours ಸಾಕು. No, sorry. This is absolutely proven science that you cannot change the biological clock of your body. Body is made for night sleep, so please let's not challenge body there. Challenge some other things. Do not challenge. The night sleep from 11 to 7 or 11 to 6 for us is beautiful. Actually, it is 10 to 4, but in the practicality of the time, I'm telling you, 11 to 6, 5:30 is beautiful. Don't make it morning 4 to early morning 4 to morning 10 and missing first hour lecture or otherwise. No, sorry. So the sleep is very important. Sleep is very important. Read today's paper. No, please don't challenge sleep. Many young guys have done this challenge, and in few years of their productive work in the industry, they have suffered the losses. Don't do that. Is not smartness. Sorry. Let's debate one other day on this. Second thing, what repeatedly Mohan sir is mentioning, and I'm sure he's taking the day further beautifully on the knowledge base, is your cognitive skills. What your core degree. Another with this, the new normal is your communication, your social skills. Very important. Also is that not only your communication and social, knowing another correlated area of your branch is important. At my age, I am a food technologist and a food engineer. If I do not talk of other branches related with me, say sociology, I should say, or economics, things will not work. To me, mechanical engineering also comes in my subject because we talk about preservation and transport of the cold chain management, right? So it's very important to know the other branches. So please develop skills for that. There's one more thing. How have we started with that in the baseline? Mentally, how good you are. You're aware. I'll just talk a little later on this, but it's important, guys. It's important. So your mental well-being is important. Not feeling sad, depressed for a long time is good. No, it's not. And last, not the least, is how overall you feel. How you actually are into being, and are you doing good? So I start with feeling. Feeling is most important. What you feel will become in action also. If you're feeling low about yourself, come interview. You will blubber. You will fumble for words. You will say, I have students in my final year I have faced in my career, and I used to really work with them. Then later, they will say, ma'am, can I give in writing? I will not speak. So, we used to have in my classes also, I used to say, till until you ask question, I will not leave the classroom. I had that situations also. I will not leave, let the next lecture get delayed, but ask questions. When you ask, you are speaking in front of all. Right now, 2 of you did. You're speaking, you should be happy. I'm contributing. I'm not just a listener. See, like this. No use. If you're listening, you're leaving also, no problem. No, you are important. Please remember. You are important. So make yourself fit. Okay? So do good. Try to do good. And I'm sure you can. So this selfie, continue taking. But internal selfie, don't forget. Please don't forget. An internal selfie is much difficult than the external selfie. For that, you want 3 seconds, I told you. And you can see these 5 aspects, how important these are. It will take time, but it will give you what is written in front of you. Perfect. This selfie will be perfect. Let's begin. How to do that? Let's begin is all about positivity. So attitude matters. The best of the industry people have told, nothing but attitude matters. And I take a short deviation from here. And I will tell you some small story at this point of time. And before I tell you a story, may I know from any of you if I'm boring or if I'm making less sense and you are planning to log out? If something like this is there, you can put in chat. I will modulate myself. And if very pressing assignment is there, you can write the reason before you leave. Remember, your presence should be felt. So because you are important. So just don't leave like that and go. May I know, please, from anybody, if I'm boring or I'm not making enough sense, I'll be better. Because as a teacher, I always feel I am responsible for your time. So it's my duty to make you attentive. Yeah. Any comments? Yes, I heard the mic is on, so I think somebody's speaking. Very good. Go ahead. Yes, I will just come to the screen. Yeah, anybody? Is it going okay or should I change? Students, are you there? Okay.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
See, Rashmi ma'am is so much taking care. I think you need to take care of yourself. Very nice. Okay. Guys, please do speak. Huh? Do speak. Yeah, I think some chat came like that.
It's good, ma'am. It's fine, ma'am.
It's fine. Good. Okay, Eunice, thank you. Fine.
It's motivating, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know the name. Chitra told, I think. Chaitra told. Good. So as I told you, we are spending Sunday morning and we want to be better by end of the day. College is taking so much care. So make sure that you are also adding value to it. That's my request to all of you. Coming back, I was mentioning on positivity, and I also mentioned to you that I'll just tell a small story on attitude. The answer is here. What has happened is that as a head of the department, when I used to work very closely with the placement officer for my students' department, biotechnology, and that habit continued in my last assignment as professor and head of teaching and learning center, which is a very novel concept, which I did at Global Academy of Technology, and the college was wonderful to accept the idea. You know what happened? That there also we used to meet all the final year students, and one of the things which most of the HRs of the companies told was on, sir or ma'am, based on the head of the department, don't worry for the technical knowledge for students. We are more worried about their attitude and behavior. Can you imagine? Now, I'm sure you can link why Mohan sir brought these two topics today. So, attitude or skills are so important that they are defining more of you than your only intellectual knowledge. You know why? They used to tell HRs that cognitive athwa idar ಬಗ್ಗೆ tension ತಗೋಬೇಡ. That technology part we will take care. As such, the syllabus may be little outdated or technology in industry comes very fast. Oskara tension ತಗೋಬೇಡ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು attitude ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Can you imagine what HODs would feel? That we are teaching for 4 years, that still is less important. But what is more important is the attitude. The answer is here. Attitude is the key. It is the key for all. And let's not make it aside. The way you are listening now is your attitude. Just see, I'll exemplify. I was asking on my flow or my, anything boredom and all coming at your end. Who answered first? Rashmi ma'am. Why? Because she's feeling responsible. In her attitude, it is so positivity. Let me feel responsible, and she is responsible, and she's telling on behalf of you. That's the attitude. So have that positivity. Okay, it's very important. For anything you learn, you do for yourself, you grow with this tool. You will get less diseases, less body pain, and everything. It's all connected. It's all connected. Why? Let's see. This is my definition and my process of attitude. Attitude is something which comes out of some inputs. What are they? The two keywords are outlook and approach. Can you see outlook is nearly visible? I have not shown. I have only 1/10 or even lesser part is shown as hidden. But approach is quite much hidden. How you are thinking right now is where it is known to me. Tell me. I will only know when you are not answering. Suppose some of you keep logging out by the process of the day. So that you are showing your outlook. And it is an outcome of your approach. So actually, approach is nothing but what you think and how your family is grooming you, what cultures you carry of your generation of family from your institution. And here again, teachers play a lot role, and the genes. Generally, people who are coming from violent family, they will tend to be violent. It can happen. Again, that is scientifically proven. Another important aspect is on your outlook, and which is absolutely in front of you, how you manifest your behavior and how others are able to read you, look at you, watch you. What you portray is all about outlook. So ensure that you have enough good outlook. Why? Because whatever you show may be small enough to others, but inside is gone so much. So ensure that inner engineering is well taken care. The shaded portion, please don't miss. That is nothing but the cause. So effect you are showing. If some of you are upset, is only effect, but a lot will have gone inside. So ensure you have positivity more inside. And dear students, keep this lot of 6 verbs are in front of you, verbs. And learning will be very high if you are inspiring. Like right now, I'm trying to inspire you. Previous session, Mohan sir was doing so much of motivational words and he was inspiring. And it's all for that, keep improving. Be positive and don't forget this word, focus. Today, because of the digital technology, we feel you want only 4G, 3G. So we give you, you will say, no, buffering, I cannot take it. No. Your focus is reducing because you want instant results. But focus is very important. That's why we take break, take digital breaks. Some of us also call digital fasting. And be creative. Be creative. I'll come to this, how World Economic Forum is talking about creativity. Automation, as one of you rightly told, is already there. So when automation is there, high, so human mindset is more required now for creativity, which is yet to be done by robots. So ensure you are enough creative. Well, as you graduate, there are certain attributes required in you. And I'm sure I can invite you to take a screenshot of this because in case I have divided into 2 and you can see the 2 font colors also. Towards the bluish black, I'm talking about your cognitive skills of analyzing, creating, or innovating, critical thinking, problem solving. Nowhere it is written understanding and remembering. Guys, please note, applying into real world problems, holding the strength in concepts, facts, and procedures, all are required, and these are nothing but domain skills. But there is non-domain skills also important, equally important, which are your interpersonal skills. The one word is confidence. Are you enough confident? Confidence doesn't come by just getting from genes. No, confidence comes by working on them. You cannot buy confidence. How much lakhs of rupees you can take from your mom or dad, you cannot buy confidence. You have to cultivate it. You can buy smartness, but for some time. But the moment you start interacting and presenting or sharing your domain knowledge, confidence will be shown. And nobody can, you cannot borrow also. You cannot take like that. Okay, so you need to build. So soft skills help a lot. And you need to be, other things are written in front of you. Please have ethical mindset. No shortcut, no cheating. We all saw the whole country spoke, perhaps beyond country also. And yesterday I was reading, IITs are now coming out with other technologies so that the cheating is reduced. Imagine after clearing JEE also we have situations when cheating can happen. So ethics, what it tells that even if nobody is watching me, let me not cheat because what I'm learning is for myself. So there are a lot to be done here, right? The game changer is in front of you, is on skill. Be it training, be it your knowledge, be it learning, be it experiencing, be it getting ability. But it's all about skills. So gear it up. So I was thinking on the aspect what is being required, and I have tried to show something. This is a little important slide, and I draw your attention, students, on 3 terms in front of you. We all, this is not only for you, for us also, for everybody in industry also, we need to learn. We need to unlearn what is not required and keep relearning what is required. So first is learning, right? Now please see, we all have, this is our core area. Your teachers are enabling you for your technical skills, also known as hard skills. Know some terms because these terms help you to settle well in the industry. As I train students of final year under NPTEL forum, and all over India I get students, and although I'm a food technologist, I'm not training on that because this is my passion derived work, and I do work on this. And I do meet students with so wonderful results, 9.5 and above GPA, but when it comes to introducing, when it comes to speaking or coming on the video or putting on mic, they have hesitation. So please see, one aspect is technical skills, no doubt about it. Keep sharpening it. But one thing is there, the time has already come. It's not that it is coming. Go beyond marks, go beyond certificates. Let me take this show, I will get a certificate. But if you're not attentive, what is the use of that certificate, right? So today you will be checked. Remember in the previous section, Mohan sir was mentioning on, you need to really know what is your knowledge, how much you know on these aspects. So you have to come, you have to show, you have to do it, not show marks. So go beyond certificates. Certainly certificates take, I'm not saying they're the byproduct, don't take as a main product. And certainly go digital. Second important thing is on soft skills. The skills which they're not soft, the skills which we talk about, ability to reach ourselves to others, ability to make ourselves present, communicate, keep our points, show our version, our thought processes, all the skills which can be bundled together and told as soft skills. What are the major components of soft skills? Communication skill. It could be written. Many of us are very strong. How we speak, and there is a lot of component which goes non-verbal. What is non-verbal? Right now, you are seeing my written slides, the content. You are seeing the slides quality, whatever I'm using, the verbal which I'm using, and the non-verbal. So even the sticks or underline I'm making is also written part. But non-verbal, what the tonacity of my voice, you can hear it. It is going up and down. I'm not trying to speak as a flat, but I'm using up and down. That is known as modulation. Or I'm trying to reach to you through my gestures. You see, I'm making with my hands, or the posture which I'm making on my body. Gestures or on the face. What I'm trying to say. So actually, I'm trying. I don't know I'm reaching or not. I'm trying to be enthusiastic, and I'm trying in my approach that I pump some energies in you so that you have your enough enthusiasm. That's the body language. That's the non-verbal part of communication. So some of us think eye contact is not important. And now just see, the camera is on, and I look at eye like this, on the walls, on the ceiling, and I'm talking to you. See, would you be connected much? You say she is just busy in herself. Yeah, yeah. See, I'm talking like this. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Carry on. I'm listening. Some of us do like that. Even people, professionals also do this mistake sometimes. That yeah, and this one more body language. Yeah. Please tell, I'm talking, and I'm browsing my phone. This is very incorrect, right? So the person's opposite to me is equally important. Let me do eye to eye contact, not staring, but eye to eye contact. It's a very important part of the body language, and that all comes under non-verbal because we are not using words, but non-verbal. I'm just coming to that. The impact of non-verbal is much higher than the verbal. So how much you're good vocabulary, but if you have not ability to reach to people, that has a limitation. Another is how you meet with people, the social skills. Are you rude? Are you very timid like this, scared? Or are you overconfident like this? Or you just, not confident, squeezing your body. See, I'm just making, and I'm keeping my hand. Yeah, please tell, or I'm sweating. Suppose, by the way, I'm not sweating, I'm just sharing. Okay, so they become important. How can you articulate your answer? People who are in the blue books, sometimes I used to enjoy the articulated answer. I used to think, wow, I used to think while checking the blue book, I have taught so beautifully. Wow, the child has written so nicely, articulating the answer in your practical record book, in your projects, in your presentation skills. And industry wants you to be a key negotiator, be it your client, be it from here or beyond India, you need to negotiate. How would you do? Participate in assignments which give you these skills. There'll be no session on negotiation. There'll be no session separately. You are, as your principal sir rightly was mentioning, you are lucky enough to get such forum. Perhaps we never got that. Nobody taught us, come, Pratima, this is the way we have to negotiate. We learned by experience. You are learning by experiential learning. That's the difference. And the next word is in front of you. If you cannot manage time, it's difficult. In fact, I have a session on YouTube where NPTEL IT Madras had invited me for a session only on time management. You can look at it. And very, very important word. Today, there was a time when we teachers and parents have told you, hey, compete and come first. Today in industry, you don't have to compete, but you have to collaborate. So this skill has become very important. You need to collaborate. Please. So competition is okay in academics, but more collaboration, because when you collaborate, new minds come together and you share. In competition, you hide and do. So that's the whole different of the mindset. And another skill is emotional intelligence, be it your awareness. I'll just come one slide, I have kept one. For that, be it awareness of yourself, motivating yourself in tough times also. Somebody has lost job. If the person is not enough motivated, he will start feeling depressed slowly. And he'll be silent and all. That's not fine. And something, a word is resilience, in which you can fail and you can bounce back. Remember the initial slide I started with, the baseline slides? That one. And knowing others. Some of you have left the session, for example. So empathy in me will understand that this child would have been some connectivity issue, or I'm not enough interested, or the how it started, they are not very happy, whatever. These all thoughts can come, but I will not blame you, but I will try to understand you. That's empathy. So understanding each other. This is very important tool in the industry. You need to be. So there will be no sessions. They will expect you basics to know. Don't worry, you do not know everything. But if the concept is known, you can understand better. Right? And the latest has come from AICT for all the engineering colleges, and that is on UHV, Understanding Human Values. So the world is smaller now. Ask Mohan sir in Wipro how the world people collaborate together for the same work. So we need to know the culture of each other. We need to know how we respect each other. Right? In some countries, thank God, now handshaking is gone. I come from that area that being a biologist, I was not very comfortable in shaking hands because I would have somebody would have touched anything. My hand may be dirty. Why should we transmit the germs? All thanks to COVID, the best greeting is namaste. That's the beauty. People like me are very happy because handshaking is gone and the world is following now Indian culture. So this is all about something which we deal in UHV. Now, this is really important, and that's the part you please don't ignore. Some students feel that getting marks, from blue books, from end semester examination, from practicals, all that is done. But do not miss on this. So I was trying to ask that, are you, please focus on these aspects through assignments, through collaborative work, through projects, through mini projects, to macro and micro projects, all take skills. Right now, when I'm motivating you, I'm giving chance to you that, guys, please come forward and participate in the presentation, in answering. And we will play a game also, we will be collaborating. Okay, so I just thought some more aspect I will tell you. I was mentioning non-verbal is much more important. The answer is here. There are two schools of thought which mention the power of communication, especially non-verbal. What one says, which is Mehrabian, what says verbal is only 7% important. More important is body language, 55%. And what other is the way we tone. Suppose I say come in, see, please come in. Okay, this word, please come in. Now I'll just tell you in some different ways where you will see the tone of the word is different. Please come in. Please come in. Please come in. Please come in, Baba. Please come in. See the 3 to 4 kinds in which I am communicating all different meaning. In the first, I was affirmative. Please come in with some request. In second, I was, please come in. I'm scared. I'm scared and I'm in some worry. So much thoughts you can get to what happened to Pratima, why she's scared. In the third, I'm angry suddenly. And I'm just, fourth, I was very bossing. So same word, same thing, but tonacity or the word which say tone of my voice is so important. It's so important. So collectively, verbal is only 35. And remaining, remember, I was mentioning on expressions, your voice, the way you move your body. Some people keep doing this ring in the hand, all that, which are reflecting some negative, showing off and all. You would have seen in Hindi movies, Bollywood and our all movies, even regional language movies. They keep doing some show off. So those things, be little careful. The way you appear, what eye contact, what gesture, and posture is of the body, gesture is of the face. What you make is important. Okay, so this is the best part. You all are children. You are at the learning stage. Don't worry. But what is important is be ready to adapt. Be ready to learn. Remember, learning ability is important. So please get ready to be open to that in this aspect. Take chances from your team of teachers, from your team of friends, your seniors, and the placement department like TechWip is doing now. All the chances you keep taking to ensure that you are learning more. Because the best part is not that I don't know, that is not problem. I will not learn is a bigger problem. If Pratima says Pratima doesn't know, but this is still much smaller, then I don't want to learn. See this attitude, I go back. See my posture, that is a problem. So come forward. What we say, this shoulder should a little bit lean. And if I want to know, suppose I'm talking to Rashmi ma'am and I'm seeing her, I'm connecting her because right now her video is on. So I'm looking at her and telling, I just come and I will understand. So when I lean forward, what I'm showing on body language, I'm interested in Dr. Rashmi's words. So please do that. Do that. Okay, that's exactly I'm just trying to tell you. So any question till now here, guys? Any question? Please feel free. You want me to explain again, or you want me to tell that I'm overemphasizing, I will reduce in remaining few slides. We have already crossed midway. Any question, guys? I think, Dr. Rashmi, your classes are very disciplined, I'm saying. The silence is the
No,
discipline.
ma'am. No question, ma'am.
No? No question. Okay. Eunice is very eager. Eunice is answering very regularly. Good job, Eunice. But please, challenge the teacher. Right now, you should challenge me. Give me a tough problem. I must answer. If I don't know, I will accept until I don't know. I will send the answer later to your Rashmi ma'am. That's perfectly fine.
Madam,
Yeah.
explanation is really good. The students, maybe that is the reason why they don't have
Is
the
it?
questions.
Again, you are defending them. Great. Nice. But feel free, students. You are important, and the session is for you. I keep on reminding this. That's my habit. The teacher in me keep doing that. So excuse me for that. That's in my habit. So I'm sure you have taken a screenshot of this, and you are understanding that the tonacity and the non-verbal part of communication is very important than only written, which could be oral or verbal. Okay, it's very important. Now, again, this slide is exclusively drawn for you. Take a screenshot for all of you. And what are the new needs for you all? So the first and foremost is curiosity. Be curious. Now also you should be curious. What is happening? What is going to come? And they say common sense is a real sense. So don't do that. Bear that. Bear that sense. Have more of the self-learning. Can anybody expand MOOCs? What is MOOCs? I'm sure you all are going through MOOCs. So maybe put in the text and don't only depend on the teachers, because see how much we can teach you. Syllabus makes us do something, but be open. Now, remember, Mohan says was very right. Even I tell in that NPTEL forum, the one question all of you, current final year and the one which is graduated, even the coming batch, the current third years, the fifth semester and the seventh semester, please make a point. The one question you are going to face for sure is, what are your new learnings in pandemic? What did you learn? So please don't say your syllabus. That is the main, that's constant. So they're asking on variable. So how much did you engage yourself? So today the world is making, there are also reports which says universities will now eventually will go off, everything be so virtual. So it's more of self coming. I register myself, Udemy, Coursera, NPTEL, Swayam, in whichever fashion. You come yourself and learn and earn the certification and do assignments by your own. Nobody's monitoring, self-monitoring. So there, MOOCs or massive open online courses, massive open online courses help a lot. One thing is that the S is small here, okay? That is not for any other expansion. Massive open online course. The plural of courses makes us MOOCs. The otherwise singular is MOOC, till here only. So sometimes I see even professionals have done this mistake. They write S also capital. No. Please take care of the written skill. Okay. The other I mentioned already of soft skills, ICT, the information and communication technology tools. Right now we are using, I'm using your Google Meet, I'm using PPT, I'm using other so many ways which I'm going to use Mentimeter, all that. And the new tools which have come up in the COVID times. Please be multidisciplinary. Don't think that I'm in civil, I will only do for civil. Today, AI based works is no more for computer science students alone. It's everybody's cup of tea. So all are doing, right? So I mentioned already on the other two. Please ensure that post-pandemic you are ready for case studies, because the data is so much in the world. Cases have emerged of success, of challenge converting to opportunities, of failures, of huge successes. So please have a lot of, in your own domain, have enough case studies. So when you do everything overall with happiness, where is the stress comes, oh, so much we have to do? Nothing like that. Do with happiness, you will be able to do. Slowly target higher. Slowly, not suddenly. If anybody, you tell me to climb 4 steps in one time, you see, I have to stretch my leg and climb. But I will easily climb one by one, right? This one by one. Please do that. Do that. It's possible. Equally important is to avoid or to reduce digital burnout. Some of us, our eyes are getting weaker because totally we see young people are on this gadget. all the time with this, and you're facing burnt out. Please don't do that. And never say I am passing my time. This itself is a very wrong phrase. It's a really wrong. Please use time, add value to time. Don't kill time. I'm sure you're not saying. Even I've heard some elders saying I'm killing time. Nothing to do, so nothing to kill time. So I'm watching old YouTube movies and all that. Please, sorry. There's a huge to do. And avoid. Today we say, I hear teachers saying, students don't respect now. In fact, there's a lot of reasons behind that. But be it parents, be it elders, be it teachers, always have basic morality and humility to address. Today, humility is a very good tool. So don't lack it, gain it. And this is something some of us are sometimes troubled. There will be some challenges in home also. We understand that. There are challenges in departments. We understand. There are challenges in you. Reach out, but never feel these three words. I am not reading. You read for yourself. I don't want to read. But please, my request, these words should not come. If you go to Nimhans in our city, Bangalore, the world, in fact, certainly from India all come, and even from world, so many people come. This is from one of the doctors. I was listening to him on YouTube. Even I learned so much. We have to learn so much. I cannot say I am sharing to students means or to teachers. I know. Sorry, Pratima also has to learn. So I was just learning in the previous session from Mohan sir. Okay, not because I know him, because he was a speaker. I was learning from him. I learned 2 words from principal sir, which I noted, something like that. These are just examples. So please, my request: never have these lessness. Never, please. And why? If you do not have negativity, this will not come. So this should not be there. And very important today, you all are connected with very high digitally. You are having maybe sometime I see somebody's friend list 2000 plus. But if you do not have 5 people to reach to you in your time, that is, please, that 2000 is of no use. Please do not live outside. Remember my words, live inside. So please, the best way is miss or no communication with to fill in the blanks. Would you like to fill the blanks? Actually, the answer is very easy. Here I mean with family and teachers. These 3 people group is very important. First is your family. Second are your friends. Third are your teachers. They are not in ranking. They are in numbers. So please, for some of you, teachers will be more important. For some of you, friends will be more important. For some of you, parents or your family will be more important. That's okay. There is no race in this. There is no only one style of doing. Remember, one problem has many solutions. But do not miscommunicating. So never have this no communication. I'm telling you. Avoid no communication means have communication. Reach out to them. I'm not feeling well. Not only I'm not feeling well in my hand pain or my this pain and all. I'm not feeling well here. Try to see my right now what I'm showing. I'm not feeling well here. Please sit with me. I need to talk to you. Even I've told to my daughter, when you're seeing my mommy is so busy, you can shake also her and tell, Mommy, please talk to me. In fact, I will talk much before that. But in the worst case, please reach out. So it's very important. A time comes when we have to reach to very professionals to do that. Sorry, it's much before we can handle ourselves. Certainly they are there. Certainly they are there. No doubt about it. But please communicate. And these all emojis never have with you. Never have. You can see it in front of. No sadness, no sulkiness, no putting others, making fun or making others down. These are nothing good tools. And putting down, these all are no. So please do that. So what's a complete picture as we come towards the end? What is the complete picture? First, we start with knowing yourself. Feel good. Know your targets and gaps. Try to fill what you want to do. And are there some gaps to reach there? If that is there, be ready to learn, adopt, and enjoy, and be connected. And finally, as you grow in your age, have peace. Because I'm giving a complete picture. Okay, right now you may be till here. That's okay. You may get satisfaction, peace little later, no problem. But these 3, please do. 1, second is here, and third is here. Please do that. This is very beautiful. It will come. It has to come for everybody's life. So again, see, there's a sunshine smile here. I'm linking with that. Please be ready. Just don't follow somebody because somebody is doing this technology. Let me also do. No, know yourself which technology you want to do. You want to grow, and then plan your targets. Because most of us are they want to do something, but they don't target. Target is equally important. Goals, and then how to reach. So we can always have some gap filling, right? That's the way. One more thing I was writing is maybe some little poetic, but that's the fact that you should avoid the traps. Today, youth are with traps also, because if you have some traps, they will create the gaps. Can you see the gaps? And you need to fill the the gaps. How? First is never have incomplete information to draw. Never share fake news from their WhatsApp or any other way. Never speak something on Facebook or any for without knowing completely. And I'm sure you understand, your teachers would have told, avoid egos and mistrust. Today, this trust word is very important for industry. Okay, China is lacking trust, and you see how many people are coming to India. Trust is so important. At home to governance, any level trust goes. Never spread rumors or fake news. And I told earlier also, please have an ability to excuse yourself. Don't carry the baggage. I am not good. I did that mistake. I made that. It's okay. And saying sorry is very easy. In my career, I have always told this 5-letter word is most misused. Sorry, 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 we keep saying. But do you mean it? So say less sorry, but mean it more. And if you cannot do something, say no. Many people in industry also, in corporate world, in professional life, they suffer. Even teachers, they cannot say no and they keep on taking the load. No, you all are important. So let's say no, and avoid people who can drain your energy, who just gossip about negatives of others, who spread negativity. Please don't have friends with them. They will give you number of counts, but they will take your energy, and energy is very precious. Not the energy in which your battery, how much energy you have, your battery filled of our own mind. Also, I'm saying very important, guys, very important. So the emotional intelligence tools, which I've already shown, I've tried to bring. I was yesterday night. I was making this pictorially for all of you, and it takes time. By the way, when we make slides and we bring images and put it and try to write, I enjoy also, I learn also, and I offer also. It's like that. You can feel from my words. So this is all about ourselves. These three: know yourself. Okay, these 3 words I told, and this is for others. So we make complete. The circle is 360, and that's in front of you. And all these colors show that how important. There are different colors I have used to tell you more of green and yellow. You can see 3 part. I have taken 3, and the other is remaining. So we need to cope. We can have failures. We need to cope. We need to understand our people around us and be empathetic to understand others. Okay. So what are the top? This all is fitting in this top interview skills. Please see, this is a very good website, The Balance. I have brought it here. You can note it and Google it, and you will get very good things on your interview skills. I am sure. Prepare for your interview, be punctual, think before speaking, speak clearly, calmly, not in tension, and cohesively without breaks. And be confident, not arrogant. My dad is very rich, cannot be an interview skill. Okay, listen to the question well and express gratitude, saying after interview, thank you so much for the opportunity. Like right now, so thank you so much for the opportunity for me having here. Gratitude. Please see, guys, all this which we spoke here are I wish one small homework. Google this World Economic Forum, and it is one of the forum which to the world it gives the skills. And every 5 years they give skills. 2019 I got skills for 20, and please see, emotional intelligence also is a skill now. This is at the world level, which was never in the last 5 years. You see, it was not even listed. It has come here. People management. If you do not have social skills, you cannot. And there's a number 4 rank. So please see the ranking. These are ranks. All are there. And cognitive flexibility is lower than earlier. The reason being, AI has come, automation has come. So cognitive work is being done a lot by machines. But creativity is human interview. So it has come. 10th rank has become 3rd rank. And you see this, guys, I'm sure you are able to see. So that's the beauty. So please see World Economic Forum. In fact, I have subscribed over LinkedIn also. I enjoy their videos on various skills. Now, let me tell a news to the house. It is only 2020. Last month only, November, I saw the next skills set of skills has come for 2025 also. All thanks to pandemic. Agility is so high that skills for next 5 years also have come now only. So please do this homework. You will enjoy this homework. I can guarantee you. Do it before Monday comes. That means do it today only. So in the summary, I would like to say that first, know yourself, build your skills. First, your subject knowledge, emotional skills, and social skills. And a lot of pause, play, rejuvenate. Don't keep working. It's very, very important. Remember sleeping. Pause and take some. Whenever you plan something for your career, take interim outcomes. Are you in the right direction? And whenever you do, you are finding. Please pat your back. We our students always wait, ma'am, how I have done, sir, how have I done? Your teacher may not have enough time to appreciate you. She has to handle 60, sometimes more students. So I often tell to young teachers also, in fact, to all teachers, pat your back. See my body language. Pat your back. If you have done good, you should know. When others say, then only it is good, it's not true. I often say, in Indian parenting is a problem. They have not taught us how to self appreciate. Self appreciate doesn't mean blabbering about self. No, no, no. I'm not saying that. I'm saying knowing yourself. If you have done something good, don't wait for others to appreciate and then feel wow. Some feel say, I did so much, still ma'am didn't appreciate me. My sir never tell anything. Sorry. Even I have met some teachers who concentrate only on the students who are not able to do. And those who are used to doing good, they will say, ha, parvagille, ಮಾಡಿಯಾ ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. It's not parvagille. It's so much of effort. He deserves appreciation. So even yes, I agree. Some teachers also do wrong. We also need to grow. Absolutely, guys. Don't think only you have to grow. We also. We all have together to grow. That's the beauty. Okay, so please have that these 5 methods. And can anybody tell why I have not drawn the straight line graph with 90-degree slope? Why my graph is angled with 45-degree? Will anybody like to say why? Please tell. I wish to know. Anybody? Guys, come fast. We are so big in number. Please tell. Anybody? Why the graph is not 90-degree in slope? Perfect, north. Why it is taking an angle? Anybody would like to say? Anybody? Feel free, guys. Feel free. The answer is life. In life, nothing is that perfect. It will come with some failures, with successes. So net is positive. 2 fail, 1 at 4 plus 2 minus 4 plus is plus 2. So it will go a little slow, but it may not be perfect. Never target that perfection. Please, my request is that. Don't target straight. This also is very, 90-degree, 80-degree slope. So target a slope which is in a way which you can do it. And one small takeaway I want to give you, make some 3 chart colors, red, yellow, green, which is matching with our traffic signal. And what is this chart saying is that have something, whatever you learned, like today you are learning something, write in green. What you attempted and but could not complete, write in yellow. And what you could not, some stoppage happened, write in red. Try to bring this red to yellow or red to green. That will be great. Take away. And you will be enjoying, because when you see yourself growing and this green growing long, you'll be very happy. That's what I'm trying to say. With these words, I thank all of you for being here, either in this forum or in YouTube. And in particular, I would like to thank to Mohan sir, who's practice head at Wipro, for having me here and for appreciating him for being a wonderful trainer beyond a wonderful technocrat. I also would like to thank your college, BEC, wonderful name, which is autonomous, doing so good under TechWeb 3, to all the people behind it to make this much effort for students. And I'm sure students are gaining. I'm reachable at this email ID or at LinkedIn. We could, if we are sinking in the thoughts, we could connect also. Well, I would like to now invite students to play a small game on some aspects what we studied. So what we need to do is that all of you in your browser, just type menti.com. Yeah, please. All of you either connected in whichever forum, log into menti.com and it will ask for a code. It will be written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On it, just write 90, 88, 53. And also write your name. So Dr. Rashmi, if you can write the code on the chat, it will be easy for them. I will come to another screen and please see. So menti.com, all of you, menti.com. Please come to this site. I hope you are coming and you are logging in. In any difficulty, let me know. Let's play a small game of some fun, because learning is fun. That's the intention. Okay, so I'm putting on my Menti. It is taking some seconds. Have some patience. Meanwhile, you all come on. Yeah. And I'm sure you all are, your ma'am has written the code 908853. Yeah, it's taking, I'm loading mine, and start logging in and write your name, your official name you write. And I mean, those who have already logged in, you can also, if you have a question, you can put on chat. This is the time which we can use it. You can put on chat also. Yeah. And once you are ready, I will start presenting. Yeah, guys, are you coming? Are you coming online? Menti.com. Yeah, only 3 have come. 12 have come. Very good. Please come. Very good. 24 of you have logged in. Come fast. Very nice. 26, 27, fast, guys. Very good. Your speed is very good. Appreciable. This is your participation. And we all are collaborating right now. 34, yes, log in, menti.com. And on the screen also you can see 90908853 is the code to join together. And each of the symbol, beautiful symbol, are representing you all. Yes. So I will wait for some seconds because people are still logging in. Very nice. And meanwhile, any question, Dr. Rashmi, if you want any question, you can ask your team beyond students, anything which if you want. Mohan sir, if I've missed something, would you want me to add, you can tell. If anything is there, I will.
That's fine. We are okay.
Great. Okay. Yes, students, come fast. 40 of you. 44.
Ma'am,
Yes, please.
ma'am, my name is Ramya.
Okay. Ramya, yes, please go ahead, Ramya. Very nice.
Ma'am, if we are self-obsessed or self-lovable, do that lead to it leads to confidence, but do that leads to overconfidence and all, which is not good.
Yeah. To be honest, Ramya, in fact, question is good. Let me appreciate you first. Anything on higher side is a problem. Anything, be it of eating, sleeping, loving yourself, loving others, anything. So moderation is the best answer, Ramya. You are right. When you know yourself and you like yourself, when you value yourself, you'll be confident. So keep in moderation. If you have empathy, understanding others, so automatically self-love, even if it is more, it will go down. People who are overly self-obsessed are the people who are not knowing much about others. They are poor in social relationships and they only like much about themselves. Okay, so start if you feel, just in case I am not knowing you, but in case you feel you are on the higher side, start knowing about others, talk to them, ask their problems, try to troubleshoot. So you will see your perspective will go wider. Okay, this is what I like to say.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Thank you, ma'am.
otherwise, what you told is right. We become more confident. And while talking to Ramya's question, the number is stopped at 47. Oh no, it's 51. I wish quickly we can come 52. Guys, come fast so that I can start. It will take only 3-4 minutes, but it will take some time. Yes. And after that, if I'm not wrong, there is a break also for you. The program is very well designed by Mohan sir. Yeah. So what we have to do is that there are simple multiple choice questions you need to do. And based on the level of the difficulty, the timer is 15 seconds to 25 seconds. Okay. And first your question you will be reading, and for that there is no timer. Timer starts after the question is read, and automatically it will start. This is AI enabled game, and we'll try to play. Okay. So let's start. I think 52, 54 are there. There is some issues. So just look at your screens, and the question is here. It's going to come now. I'm starting. Okay. So the game changers for making successful career in today's time are what? Choose the best answer. Yeah, 2 have already answered. You have 15 seconds to go. Oh, very fast. Yeah. It's an easy question. Yes, I wish all of you are right. Or try. Again, same thing. Attempting is the first victory. Second is being right or wrong. Last 2 minutes. Sorry, 2 seconds. Very nice. So let's see the answer. And I'm sure you all have written skills, attitude, knowledge. Absolutely. Majority of you are right. 40. For me, all of you have attempted. Is clapping for all of you. That's great. And that's what was a little tricky here. Marks are not today. In today's time, marks are not important. In fact, degree also time is saying that effect will go low. Skills will become most important with attitude and knowledge. Great. Very nice. Skills is ability to do. Knowledge is in the mind. Very good. So let's see how you have, this is a game, you know, for fun. The leaderboard, it is here, and you can see your standing. So I'll just show you how we teachers also can use, maybe some of you are already playing. Dilip Kumar was fastest in this game. And so you can see short fastest written, and all these people, all of you have stood, all of you have scored some points, and which is on your screens. Only first 10 can come in this one. So let's move ahead for the second question. And I'm sure you are seeing the question on your screen. And this also is not at all difficult. Education 4.0, I think I told 2-3 times, I wish all of you are right. Fast. You can do it. Is resting on what? So yeah, exactly. I have kept 20 seconds only because see the speed of answering. All have answered in within 8 seconds to go, and all of you have answered. Great. Wonderful. This double thumbs up for all of you. So fast you answered. And it is here. The answer is innovation, right? Acha, 32 of you are right. Okay, I thought all, but maybe you were in a hurry. Guys, please be careful. Okay, knowledge, every time education is resting on knowledge. That is not a variable. Okay, it is this data science is for industry. It was for 3. And AI again is resting on industry. Impact is coming on education. It is resting on innovation. Please, wonderful. And cyber physical spaces is the base for industry 4.0. Okay, done. Now see, it's just for fun. Some of us may would have answered right, wrong, and all. So how everybody gets a chance to win, or the probability of winning is high. Dilip Kumar is maintaining, although Chaitra was fastest for this question. Great, very nice. I can see all the names. Wonderful. And see, I can only read 10 names. I want to read all names who are participating from my side. Great. So let's do the next question. And this I'm sharing. Sometimes some of you may use this in your offices and have with your team some fun. Okay, the third question, I'm sure you're reading on your screens. And the question is in here, communication skills include what? Again, an easy one, just as a revision what we did. Communication skills include, I wish all of you answer correctly. This is so easy. And when all of you are right, Pratima is the winner. So please write, very nice. 56 of us are playing, and the answer is verbal and non-verbal. Correct? Verbal and non-verbal are the 2 important parts of communication. Oh, I didn't get full. 8 of you felt emotional intelligence. That is a third skill. EI is a third skill. People who have EI, I appreciate 8 of you who have answered this. EI will help you further in communication skill. But communication skill includes verbal and non-verbal communication. Body language, gesture, posture, tonality, beyond talking. Okay, great. Some of you, maybe you are in a hurry. That's why you would have written the certificate-based skills. Don't worry. It happens sometimes. And even if you're wrong, don't feel bad. What? You just learn the right answer and come up. That's what exactly I'm trying to tell you. So let's see your score. Only 5 questions I have kept beyond some your views. And yeah, your class is very consistent. Some names I'm seeing similar names. First 4 names are very similar. Ramya is fastest this time. Very nice. Okay. I wish others cover, musical chair, take their positions. Okay, great. Just for fun, huh? Nice. And your ma'am and your sirs will give you some prizes as certificates through TechWeb. Okay, so let's move ahead. And the next question, I think, is coming on your screens. Yes, the question is here, the 4th. MOOCs stand for, I mentioned also, in fact. MOOCs stands for, those who are already doing MOOCs, you will be putting for sure correct. Because you have to read more, I have given more time for this answer. You have to read more. Yes. And 10 seconds to go, guys. But all of you have nearly answered. My God. This your college students, you all are very fast, intelligent. It's a word of appreciation for you. I felt the timer, I can reduce it in my next interaction. Great. Massive, open, oh my God, see the beauty, all have been ticked. Massive, open online courses. Why? They are massive. The world is open for them. They are open, yes. And online courses it is a common phrase. So here I just troubled you with S system. I remember I was mentioning you, S is for plural, not for another expansion. S, if it is capital, means is another word will come. This was teasing you, the second option. This one was multiple objective. No, it is subjective also. Okay. Multiple, no, massive. Why it is massive? See my hand, it is massively open. Actually, the world is open. In our NPTEL under Swayam, anybody from world can register for free. I'm sure you're also registering. Either be it UGC, there's so many, and triple TR, beyond NPTEL, which is mainly done by IITs and NITs. Okay, so let's see our scoreboard for some fun again. And I wish some changes are there. Yes. So here the additions means that yeah, the scores are added. And Dilip again, once again is fastest. Dilip, very good going. Superb. Eunice, you have come much ahead. Wow. Great. In fact, wow for all of you, huh? As a teacher, wow is for all. But you know, in that wow, again, we may have some sprouts. That's all. Great. Fine. So now let's again do the next and the last question before you write something. And this question is here. Under disruption, students' projects needs to be what? This is an applied question. Huh? Think and write. On what basis should your projects be? Your choice, your teacher's choice, available options, or real world problem? I wish think and do and be a winner, because all of you will be doing project work on this area. And once you are right here, your job, your interview will be much smoother, I'm sure. Okay, see, I'm waiting. All of you have done wonderful. Superb. And I hope you have answered real world problem. And not bad. 48 out of 59 have answered. So let me pat my back. All of you have understood. Great. Just joking, huh? So real world problem is the answer. Please take real world problem, not what you want. Align your interest with the need of the society. Answer is this. And that will be real world. Not I can only do this, I don't like this. So you are working for, you are engineers, you are going to be engineers, you're working for society, for the time, not for yourself. Okay, if a painter is there, you can paint what you want, but an engineer has to contribute to country, to nation, to society. Very good, I'm happy. 48 is a very big number. That's great. And the leaderboard is here, although there are no winner loser, but yes, sometimes it comes as the first, second, third, and first 10. So I wish Dr. Rashmi awards some goodies to these guys. Dilip is the fastest and the winner. Parshuram, Yunus, great, all of you. So this is the game, AI enabled, and I'll show you some more features which you can do. I have a subscribed version, otherwise it's simple, is also available in free version. Great, claps to all of you for participating. Claps to all of you for being sportive. And certainly, Dilip, Parshuram, Yunus, you are the winners also. In fact, all 10 of you. So your ma'am is there to take care of you. So quickly write, what are the 2 new terms or the words you picked up in today's session? And I'll show you something, how it will come. Right. All of you, please write. What are the new terms you picked up today? Please write on your boards, and I will get it here and I'll show you something with the font size automatic. It is AI enabled. Yes, 2 terms. Any 2 terms you can write. Many words would have come in the session. What did you get? New. A new term. Okay, please see. Please write. Hey, you were very fast in playing, huh? You are not as fast in writing. Yes, one has answered. Yeah. Okay, self-talk. Oh, very good. Keep answering. 56 answers have to come into 2. Means 112. Yes, fast. Very good. Very good. EI is known. Very good. Nice to know. Cyber. Very good. Self-value. Wow. I heard one more word. Very good. Right. Fast. Those who are on YouTube also, I'm sure you are playing. You also please write. But I saw even in this, we were bigger in number, larger, but all didn't participate. No problem. Your choice. No problem. Yeah. Yeah. I hope you've written. Now, can you see the font size is different? Self-talk is becoming bigger. MOOCs is bigger. MOOC is another, so it is taken separately. Can you see tone is small? One person has written goal. But self-talk, innovation, self-value are larger in size. That means when more than one of you, more than one have opted for same word, so it becomes larger. Here, whenever when we, as a teacher, I can know where you understood me from this slide. So I often use in my classes with my students, how we can know where students are going. 37 of you have written. More can write. Please write fast, guys. Only 2 words you had to write. Very good. And this you take as a writing skill. Take this as a learning opportunity. Right. Right, please. And the next question is, what did you learn? Can you write in 1 sentence? In 1 sentence. Now, here is a trick. Try to write in 1 sentence. Sentence, you know, now, guys, and I'm not an English teacher, but let me tell you, it always ends with a period or with a full stop. Phrase will not end with a full stop, but sentence will. So in interview skills, when we are in your HR round, when we say full stop, we have to modulate lower. In a comma or a semicolon, our tone is different. So can you write 1 line? What did you learn? As we are wrapping up. And some of you who have some question, now start asking if you want to ask. Ramya already asked, but if you have some question to ask, you can please ask. So all this so the first one is a sentence with ending with a full stop. Managing time by knowing good skills. Wow, very good. But this is a phrase. I was telling you to write a sentence. So again, just see a learning scope. It's okay. Even if you've written a phrase, it's okay. But please know how to write a sentence. Okay. Because I'm sure you're in a hurry. All of you know. But also use that skill. Okay. It happens perfectly fine. I got confidence for interview. Very good. I like myself and we are important to us. Beautiful. Confidence in communication. Very nice. To be a good person for the world. Wow. Very broad-minded. Great. How to become happiest, positive in our own way. So you can please, no name is coming, you can just read each other's. Please write. Okay. Done? Please write fast. Only 20 of you have written by now. Mohan sir is waiting to give a break. Please do it fast. Fast writing is also a skill. Learn about having good. I think I missed reading it completely. Yeah, this is a scroll. I have kept it. Good. I hope previous one also you have written. More could write. So these are some of the ways in which we can have objective and subjective questions. So see, I'm showing you again the previous one. MOOCs is the highest, the largest font size you can see. So this is the one in which most of you have opted. And here also, I think now many have written 33, not bad, very fast. Students, you deserve clap. Wonderful. Your enthusiasm, I'm enjoying, I should say. I have to appreciate. Beautiful. I am sure you are doing in your online classes also like this. Great. And the last, if you want me to improve, please write the feedback, critical feedback for this session. If you really found everything fine, you can write positive also. But write something in which you want Pratima ma'am to improve. Please write. You can encourage, you can be critical, write something, write a single word. Right. And with this, we are wrapping up. Write fast, guys. Acha, oh, good. Give a feedback in which you want me to be better next time. Because each of us needs some improvement. Okay, fine. These all are positive, in fact. Worth the time. Thank you. I liked it really. That exactly was my intention. In fact, complete program's intention is we all are worth the time. And read Mohan sir's face, and that is visible on his face. I am reading from my home, and I am seeing that enthusiasm in him. Great. He's waiting for the next move. Write fast. Very good. Oh, you are pretty fast, in fact. Once again, good job. All of you, good job. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep smiling. Don't forget, you are important. Keep eating very well, huh? And don't forget to sleep well. It's important for your good health. With these words, I sign off. And once again, I thank the institution for the opportunity, the organizers, and in particular, for having me here. Thank you. Thank you. Any question? You're most welcome. Now, chat or in the mail. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. It was a wonderful session, very knowledgeable and useful session, not only for the job, but also in their personal life, it is going to benefit them. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes, ma'am. Manoj Tiwari sir has already joined us at 11 itself. So, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yeah.
Welcome, sir. On behalf of Basaveshwar Engineering College Department of Management Studies, I welcome you to this workshop. And already Rao Madam has introduced you to our audience. So, Mohan Kumar, sir, you want to add something?
Yeah, before Manoj Tiwari starts, I would like to get little bit precursor to digital, so that then his session will follow. So I'll take another 10 minutes if it's okay, 5
Yes.
minutes, and then his session will follow. So that will set the thing. Okay. Thank you, Manoj, for joining, and I'll just get my slides. So everybody is able to see this?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Dr. Pratima, wonderful. Let me add why communication skills. See, I was in a panel in my company. Somebody we didn't progress because that person was a consultant, and especially he is on site. We were in the panel and we decided not to promote him. The reason is he had very poor communication skills, right? So it is not just for freshers, right? Or it's not for any faculty that we are going to emphasize communication. It's lifelong. If
Very
you're not
true.
going to if you're not going to communicate, you're not going to succeed, right? Irrespective of your college, school, wherever your background. And communication is not about English also. There are about 38 countries in this world out of 212 countries. They don't speak English, but they communicate very well. Japan communicates to the world very well, right, in their own way. So please understand, I think Dr. Pratima has covered everything, verbal, non-verbal. Such a beautiful presentation, right? So it has to be taken serious. And we see in NEP curriculum what government has emphasized, we also have to have soft skills. It is not just having hard skills, knowing subject, being a rank holder is not going to suffice. So with that, thank you very much, Dr. Pratima, and let's move forward. Okay, so insight to digital, this is very important. Again, whether you are a B school, MBA, or engineers in the making, engineers from various disciplines. It could be mechanical, ECE, electronics and communication, electrical. It doesn't matter. Today, digital technology applies to everybody. So it is not, it's just a myth that only computer science students know about digital. No, that's, of course, they have a little bit of extended sort of curriculum and programming, but applying digital in business or knowing about digital, because some of you will always be working, right? Irrespective of engineering discipline, you will be working into all digital technologies. So I will just quickly go through so that, it will set the scene. One of the interview questions, though you're all part of digital native, you are born, right? Millennials, you are born with the digital smartphones. But we'll still ask you one question, right? What is digital? See, this is a beautiful picture. You are born in the nappy also. It is connected. Some of you, your parents would have had a baby monitor while you are sleeping, and when you're waking up, alarm would go. So it's just very apparent that you were born with all this technology. But we will be asking still what is digital. In the interest of time, I would have had to ask you questions, but at least understand that you keep some few words. What is digital online? Not just one, but good explanation. Digital is about experience, journey. It's about simplification. It's bringing agility. It's about transformation. It's about different models, right? It's about convergence, means all together, mobile, social, cloud, and information. The nexus of forces, how it all puts together. So this is what we are expecting you. Please have the definition. Don't come back and say, I was not told, it's not in the syllabus, my professor didn't tell me. We are not interested. We want you to understand before you come to interview what is a digital, what sort of digital use cases, and how digital is about applying in business. See, if you see here very quickly, there are digital from the outside and the inside. It's about getting right information inside to the people, right people at the right velocity through the right channel with the right context to make the right decision. Everything is right about, right? Only when everything is right, you'll have a delightful experience. See, if you are a user and today you are looking at data at your mobile, you are having a Netflix film, can you see an interruption? You will not like it, right? You won't have a very good experience, the whole movie experience, whatever you're spending time on the OTT or wherever. I mean, you're even digital banking. So you have to have a right context. So that's how the digital is going to help. And very quickly, if you see a customer live touch points, for example, you might have devices looking at how, all of them will be, firstly is awareness, the research, the purchase. This is the life cycle of the whole thing. I think you all aware already. It's just that I'm showing a value chain, but using mobile, using different channels, website, how you people use it, right? How alerts, notification come. Then there is email channels. Sometimes paper is required for compliance, and we communicate. And this is all digital is all about this chat box, AI program, APIs. I think you all know, right? A lot of computer science, they would have done all this work, but simplistically, you have to put it where this is how it is. Digital is all about integrating everything. Large enterprises, how people are looking at tools. It's also not only for customers, it's also for employees within a company. How, for example, if I have to put a timesheet, apply leave, or my leave balance, or my insurance top up, right? My reimbursements and everything within the employee experience, as well as customers, and it has to come with a reduced cost. Now the cost is going to be real, looking into it because of the situation we are. So we need to give a low cost, not I wouldn't say low cost, optimum cost systems and processes. Okay, and so these are the main technologies I would say. Make sure even if you are a B school, doesn't matter, at least know one of the questions they'll ask you, what are the emerging technologies, or define some of them. You cannot say I'm an MBA finance. Of course, MBA finance will have much more to do with analytics, with the data, with insights, and prediction, prescriptive analytics. And of course, even mechanical engineers will know about internet things because you are talking to devices now. You can operate your washing machine and refrigerate through mobile. So those sort of things, right? People have to understand. Don't be ignorant of anything just because it was not in the syllabus. Definitely, we are going to ask you all these questions. What is a blockchain? How a ledger is, in a secured environment. It was part of cryptocurrency before. Now they extended to business world, especially in insurance and finance and other part of the world. They're using blockchain. Cloud, Manoj will talk about it. Okay, so like I said, the digital transformation happened very quickly. It's not about CTO somebody. It is actually thankful to COVID. It's really fast tracked. It has come in a very, very unprecedented space. You won't even imagine so much. It has helped. Okay, these are some of the priorities. You still see cloud is by far, like I said, security, cyber security. So these are representative areas. Please take away this so that you will focus on doing internship projects, assignments, writing papers, blogs, or in LinkedIn. Contribute or in inter-college hackathons. All this. Okay, so I will stop with this, and I will come back and give some more digital case studies, use cases where we have. I'll hand over to Manoj. I'll stop presenting. Manoj, you can use your to present. Thank you.
Thanks, Juan. I'll quickly pull out the deck. One sec. I think Mohan, if okay, you're one sec.
I'll stop presenting.
Sure.
Yeah, now you should be able to. Meanwhile, start writing chats. Any questions? If you are an engineer or in the MBA, doesn't matter. We will address. We'll have some time in the end.
Okay, you guys are able to see the screen?
Yeah, put it in a single screen, full zoom mode. Now it's appearing as two screens.
Oh, okay. 1 sec. Well, I'll just do that. Just give me a minute. Yeah, is this okay for you guys?
Perfect.
Okay. So thanks, Juan. Thanks for inviting me for this session. Guys, Please pardon my voice. I just recovered from the flu. Yeah, you might find me coughing for a couple of times, but please pardon me for that. So with that, let me set a quick context to this session. This is going to be a packed session for next 45 minutes, and I'm sure there would be a lot of takeaways for you from the session. As I said, I'm one of the lead architects working within the cloud ecosystem, specifically focused around the Microsoft Azure cloud. And what I'm going to cover in the session is to talk about how digital technologies are today enabled extensively by cloud. And when we talk about digital transformation, how cloud has helped in achieving that goal. Now, with this, I'll take you through a couple of examples, and that's probably will help you understand how digital technology, has changed the marketplace significantly. The first example I have is for a company called Blockbuster. This company was very popular in US, and it was primarily in movie rental business. And in the period of I'll say from 1992 till 2000, this was probably one of the hottest thing people were leveraging. I mean, they were ordering for movies. It was the CDs, DVDs were getting delivered at home. People were watching movie and then returning it back on a subscription-based model. Now, from 2000 to 2010, that's where the future of this company started changing, and it was all because of a company called Netflix. Now, when Netflix came into this business, their idea was that instead of doing a physical delivery of CDs, DVDs, why don't you do a live streaming? And that was the idea they had thought, and they created this entire Netflix platform on top of it. Imagine by year 2010, Blockbuster had to file for bankruptcy. Now that's the power wherein people with smart business idea, they are really changing the entire ecosystem, and all powered by digital technologies. Netflix, as you know, completely works on a technology-driven solution working on the cloud. So that's the power you can understand what Netflix brings to the table. Another example would be, a good one. If I look at as 2007-8 period, right? Barack Obama's election was done. He was declared the winner, and he was about to be sworn in, right? That time there were a lot of people who were flying into Washington to attend his swearing in ceremony, right? What they found challenging at that point of time was a lack of availability of space where they can hold up for the night, right? All the hotels were booked and so on and so forth, right? So there was this guy Brian Chesky along with his friend. They thought of why not if we create some kind of mechanics through which people who already have a flat or something, if they can share out a room from that, for a one night visitor or 2 night visitor, and they also get a comfort that they're staying at home, probably it might change the availability challenges, right? So they thought about this. They created out a bulletin board on the local websites in US. People looked at bulletin board, they subscribed, and they found that they had good number of people who stayed at somebody's flat renting a room. And from there on, they expanded. They thought that this business model might make terrific sense, and this was the genesis of Airbnb. And from there on, again, we all know Airbnb how it has picked up, right? Again, the forefront, if you really look, a completely new idea, challenging an established business model. Today, Airbnb probably is giving that very, very tough time to entire hotel industry because of a fantastic idea, all implemented on top of cloud. Same applies with Netflix, right? So good number of cases where traditional models are getting challenged. I mean, another example I can talk about is during this COVID time, right? My wife wanted to open a bank account, right? And we thought, what could be the best way we can open a bank account, because she wanted to create a Google Pay account linked with a fresh new account. That was a use case or requirement for her. So what we did was we went to Kotak Bank, right, online. Okay, entire bank account creation process was done in 30 minutes, sitting at home via video, via video KYC and stuff like that, right? Now, this is another fantastic case where the customer convenience is taken care of, sitting at home and providing that service. Again, Kotak took up the service from DBS Bank because DBS Bank today, was the first company which created this capability. So what I'm trying to basically say is that, irrespective of industry you look upon, right, people are trying to create new ideas, new methods, all backed by digital technologies. And obviously, cloud is coming at the forefront. Some of the other examples, what you see in the slide, are examples of, how they have created a differentiating solution. I'm sure you would have used many of them already and probably know the power they deliver. So with that, let's look at how this thing is getting spread across the Fortune 100 companies, right? Now, all these Fortune 100 companies, they realize that they are getting challenged by new age startups, right, who are coming out with a new business model and challenging them. So all of them are doing massive investment in terms of coming out with new digital solutions. Take a case of insurance, right? I mean, most of the insurance players today are working on solutions which basically decides that based on your driving pattern, right, your insurance premium is going to be charged. So if you are a rash driver, for example, you'll have to pay a higher premium because there is a higher chance that you can cause an accident. Similarly, if you're somebody who is a very well managed guy, maybe the premium should be lesser for you. Now, how this can happen, right? This is all enabled through having sensors on your seat, a car seat. It recognizes your pattern. It continuously streams data to cloud. From there, analytics happens. It recognizes your behavior pattern, and then it helps you in finally deciding the insurance premium. So this is example through which various industry, right? Be it pharmaceutical, transportation, right? All of the established industries today they are implementing digital solution to really succeed in this marketplace, right? So having said that, it also highlights the fact that all of you have a tremendous opportunity to become part of this ecosystem, right? As you progress through your years completing your course, right? Remember, there is a massive shortfall of talent in the market. If you are able to build your career on top of it, you have a terrific opportunity way forward. Now, while this was all happening, we went through this COVID. I mean, we are rather going through this COVID, right? And this has really accelerated, the cloud computing business. People suddenly were asked to work from home. I remember long back when I used to tell to my friends that, I'm working from home. People working in different industries, they were not even able to understand. They were thinking that when I'm saying working from home, I'm actually, sleeping from home, right? They had never, an appreciation of the concept of work from home. But now COVID made everybody work from home, right? I mean, at least IT was to some degree advantage because IT already had the system in place. But for banks, for numerous other industries, right? They suddenly required this ability to work from home. So, I mean, remote working, remote collaboration, right, became very hot thing. So things like Google Meet, right, things like Teams, things like Zoom suddenly spiked up, right? Things like remote desktop connectivity, right, again boomed up. So COVID-19 has really fueled up this, adoption of the digital and the cloud computing technologies, and this is actually going to continue way forward, right? Because now, as industries have, understood the benefit this also brings, tomorrow's model, which potentially is going to be a hybrid model, right? We always are not going to come to work, right? At full 100%. It will always be a mix of now offline, online, right? And that's the hybrid model is going to be the fourth. So this adoption is continuously going to increase, and we will see more and more use cases getting built here. Now let's look at how the cloud marketplace has also been evolving, right? Cloud probably got started in the year 2006, right? When AWS came out with this idea. Now AWS is basically a subsidiary of Amazon, and the thing which Amazon was good at was building an e-commerce marketplace, right? Now while they built that marketplace, they also built the underlying technology which was completely automated, requiring no manual intervention. That's where they thought that why not sell this capability to the market, and that's how AWS was born. Now once AWS was there in the marketplace, other hyperscalers, they thought, let's time for us also to adopt that, right? So Microsoft followed with their Azure, IBM followed with IBM Cloud, then Google came in with Google Cloud Platform, Alibaba jumped in, right? And then eventually Oracle also joined the bandwagon, right? So this is how different companies they started getting in. When this whole thing started, it was primarily a public cloud. The idea was that everything should get into a public cloud. But as different industry with the regulatory requirements, with the compliance requirement, right, started coming in play, market realize that not everything can get into a public cloud, right? There will always be a mix of a private cloud. There will always be a mix of on-premises data center, and that's where things have moved from a public cloud, a high level, to more of a hybrid cloud realistic level. So on the bottom right hand side, you can see that today, almost 74% of organizations are basically public and private cloud, which they're adapting together in form of hybrid models. So that's the way we see things moving forward as well, right? If we quickly look in terms of how these large hyperscalers stand in the market, AWS is holding the pole position as number one, followed by Microsoft Azure. Third number is Google Cloud Platform, and then we have at ability to execute, we have Alibaba, Oracle, and IBM who are trying to reach into the leaders quadrant, right? And just to give you a flavor, I mean, you all have the luxury of deciding and probably becoming little close to one of the hyperscalers, right? My recommendation would be that while in next 2 years, while you wrap up your course, definitely become conversant with one of the cloud providers, so that it will actually help you when you get into business post passing from the college. Now let's look into what is the core characteristics of cloud, right? And if I have to bring an analogy, right, the biggest and the best example would be the electricity which we consume at home, right? So, all of us, we have different devices at our home. We consume electricity. At the end of the month, we get a bill, and we pay the bill, and then we move on to the next month, right? Now, imagine if you had to get electricity, if you had to set up a power plant, right? I mean, most of us would have run away from that, right? Considering the cost investment required for that. So, same analogy is applied to a cloud system, wherein cloud is something which is hosted by large enterprises at different locations, and you are paying monthly based upon the usage which you're doing, right? So it's completely analogous to an electricity consumption, that today how cloud is being used everywhere. Is the presentation visible?
Yes, sir. Visual, sir.
Sure. Okay. Now, what are the core elements of a cloud computing from a definition standpoint, right? And some of these things are important because you should understand. It might be also an interview question. That number one, it is service based, right? So based upon whatever services you are consuming, you are going to be charged for that. The next important point is scalable and elastic. So which means that if tomorrow you requires, let's say hundreds of servers, you can easily do through a click of a button. Elastic means dynamically going up and dynamically going down. So for example, if it's Amazon, let's say end of the season sale, right, which they keep on organizing, right? And they expect that at the end of the season sale, there are going to be millions of users who are going to come there. So if the cloud infrastructure is not ready to support that, right, users will have bad experience. They will be timed out. They will not be able to place the order, and so on and so forth. So this basically says the elastic in nature, right? So that for the big billion day, they can dynamically increase the server headcount. Once the big billion day sale is over, they can bring down the number of servers. So that's one of the key tenets of the cloud as well. Shared means this is shared with different organizations, but every organization sits within its own perimeter, right? Even though it's shared pool of resources, it doesn't mean that from one side you can penetrate into another. Okay, it is metered by use. So based upon how much you use, you are charged for it. And finally, it's all delivered using internet technology, which means it all happens over a strong, solid internet connection. Now, why cloud has become a forefront? Number one, it brings agility. So let's say you two of you decide that that there is this real society problem which we want to address. We want to try out something. Let's say maybe if in terms of ecology preservation, right? You think of some idea, you want to try this out. You can easily spin up something in cloud. You like the idea, you show it to few people, they are happy with it, you start doing incremental changes onto it. Let's say when you demonstrate to other people, they don't like the idea, they think that's not going to work, you can immediately shut it down and kill it, right? So it brings a tremendous level of agility in terms of new things which you are trying to do. Innovation absolutely forefront, right? You have absolute freedom of doing different things on top of it. lower cost because you are not doing an investment in terms of buying and procuring them, right? You are simply consuming them. Business continuity. This has been the mantra in the COVID period, right? All industries, they wanted to have a business continuity, and cloud provided them the mechanics through which the servers were spun up on the cloud and people were able to consume from their home. Mobility is the key thing. Irrespective of wherever you are always able to connect, and you are able to be available online, right? And then there are certain core competencies which each of the cloud provider in their own nuances they provide. Now, what are the core things, cloud hyperscaler they provide, right? One is the compute power, which is basically your servers, which could be your Linux or, Windows-based servers. Then it has got storage, right, where you store files, databases. The networking part, which enables the, isolated boundaries for your organization. And finally, analytics on top of, the activity which you are performing on the cloud. Now, how is the cloud provider able to, provide things at a cheaper rate, right? So, for example, today, if you require, a high configuration machine, let's say if you order online, you're going to pay a significant money for that, right? But in case of a cloud provider, since they buy most of the things in bulk, and these are custom-made orders which they do, right? They get this components or hardware at a much cheaper price, and that's why they are able to offer it to us at a very discounted price. And that's how people have started going more towards cloud because they're able to get it at a cheaper rate, right? Now, this is a very important concept, capex versus opex, right? So in the earlier model, right, if an organization wanted to set up their own infrastructure, right? What they will typically do is they will create a data center, right? They will buy a building space, they will have AC, cooler, all put in there. Then they will, get the hardwares, put it there, get the softwares installed, put all the application on top of it, right? Then they will have requirement of engineers who are going to maintain it, right? So these are all capital expenses, right? Because building expense, purchasing the hardware, keeping it, for a long period of time. When a new version comes in, again going for a hardware refresh, right? So this was, very extensive capital expenditure. Now, cloud has taken you completely out from a capital expenditure, right? You are no more buying any hardware which is sitting inside your, on-premise data center. Everything is sitting on the cloud. You select a particular, service or a machine or a capability on the cloud, and you are only charged for what you are using, right? So this is the the operational model, right? Every month, based upon how much you use, you are charged for it. So this has significantly changed the entire model, how people were using infrastructure, shifting from capex to opex. And it's a total consumption-based model, right? So if you are consuming more, your meter will go higher. If you're consuming less, your meter will go down, and that's how you're going to be charged. Now, this is about cloud deployment models, right? Now, you might have heard this term very often, private cloud, community cloud, public cloud. So I'll quickly, take you through what all these different options means, right? So public cloud is something which, example, which I said was AWS, Azure, GCP, IBM, Alibaba, right? So in this, a large organization, they create the cloud infrastructure in different parts of the world. So if for example, if I take as, Microsoft example, Microsoft has created this, physical infrastructure throughout the world in different countries. In India, there are 3 places where they have created. One is in Chennai, one is in Bombay, and the third one is in Pune, right? So that's how they have created separate physical infrastructure where they have purchased all the hardwares, they have installed the hardwares, and they have kept it configured for end user usage, right? So as an end user, different companies, they can come to those cloud provider and they can subscribe to the services. Now, that doesn't mean that, same services is exposed to different customers, right? So for example, there is a customer A, customer B, and customer C. It will not happen that the data will be shared across A, B, and C, right? They are still going to be a separate network isolated boundary, right? Even though it's a shared infrastructure on the cloud, they are completely isolated from each other. So that's the core tenet of your public cloud. And obviously the connection to the public cloud can happen over internet, which can be, standard unsecured internet the way we normally use, or it can be through a VPN, wherein, there is an endpoint securing the traffic between the two sites, or it can be also through a dedicated lease line form of, a dedicated connection as well. Then the other one we have is a private cloud, right? So private cloud is for those customers who can't move everything on the public cloud. So look at a bank, right? A bank will have their core banking system, right? Which typically in many cases they will feel little reluctant to move it to public cloud. So what they can do is they can set up this, the core banking system on a private cloud. Okay. So in private cloud, what they'll have to do is they'll have to still purchase the hardware. They're going to put this hardware in their own data center, a private data center. Okay. But then they will put a software on top of this infrastructure, which can make it cloud ready. Okay. So the softwares which make this happen are things like OpenStack, Nutanix, Azure Stack, right? So they basically help you in creating that private cloud, which is residing on premises, dedicated for you. Okay, so it's no more getting shared with other companies. It's completely dedicated for you. The third one was a community cloud. This was kind of a popular thing till 2010-15, right? But eventually now I see very, very less adoption of this. And I feel that in some point of time, this might eventually die off as well, right? So it was basically, the idea was that, a similar kind of community will come together. They will create a environment wherein they can collaborate with each other, right? So that was the idea behind community cloud. But as I said, it's fading out now. Now, hybrid cloud is basically a mix of all what I just showed you previously. So it can be a public cloud plus a private cloud. It can be a public cloud plus your on-premise data center. Or it can also be from one public cloud to another public cloud, which is also called as multi-cloud, but it's a variant of public cloud, a hybrid cloud only. If you look at a quick comparison between these three, public, private, and hybrid, because this is a common terminology you'll keep on hearing. Public is, again, no capital expenditure required. Private, you will have to buy the hardware, so that means there's a cost implication. Hybrid is, it gives you the maximum flexibility. You can connect both public and private and decide what you want to put on public cloud and what you want to retain in the private cloud. Okay. So just be aware of that. These are the different cloud deployment models which are available in the market. Now, if you look at the cloud services, okay, they are, primarily three kind of cloud services. The first one we call as infrastructure as a service. Then we have platform as a service and software as a services, right? So in infrastructure as a service, what basically happens is you as a user, right? Let's say you are representing some company. You have decided to use cloud as a platform, right? So what you are going to use here is things like all the standard hardware. So for example, you might think of using virtual machines. You might think of using a fixed storage, right? You might think of using fixed databases, right? So that's typically would be the infrastructure as a service capability. And today, when organizations, they are moving their applications from on-premises to cloud, infrastructure as a service is the thing mostly they take as the first entry point, right? So what they do is they take their application as is from existing machines on premises, and they move those things as it is onto the cloud platform, right? Because this is the most, I'll say, risk-averse method through which you can move your workload from on-premises to cloud. The next is platform as a service, right? So all the different hyperscalers in the market, right? They have also have come out with certain unique capabilities. Okay, so for example, if you look at Microsoft, right? They have things database as a service capability. They have analytics capability. They have capability around machine learning, right? And their capability for simple applications creation deployment, right? So they have come out with that kind of simplified consumption-based services which anybody can use. A good example which I can correlate here is I think it was about 2016 or something, 2016 or 17, when Uber, the car rental company, right? They had a lot of issues which were reported that passengers were harassed, and there were cases worldwide which happened, right? And they decided that they are going to put an extra security channel in form of driver verification. So what they wanted was that in the morning when the driver starts his trip, the first thing he should do is he should get himself validated that he is the genuine or the authorized person to drive the car. Okay, so they wanted this driver verification to happen, and once he is passed, then only he can start off the trip. So, Uber went to, they called all these guys, AWS, Microsoft, for a common meeting and said, look, we are looking for this capability. Can you guys help me? And by the end of the day, Microsoft rolled out this feature. What they did was there are things like cognitive services. Through visual recognition, you can identify whether it's the right person or not. So Microsoft provided them the visual recognition capability, which is part of their cognitive services, and then that API was consumed from the Uber app, and the driver authentication was completed. Now this is an example of a PaaS services which I'm talking about. Imagine the power. Morning, the meeting happened, and by evening, this was actually rolled out onto a production system. Right? That's the power which cloud provides, and especially some of the services which comes in form of PaaS capabilities, which helps you in achieving that. Okay. There are multiple different examples, but I just wanted you to understand the power of PaaS capability, which is one of the key services on a cloud. The next one is what we call as a software as a services, right? And the first company globally, which you can say was a SaaS company, is actually this company called Salesforce, right? So way back in 2000, when Salesforce, they came out with this model that they will have the entire customer management services happening over the internet, people laughed at them. Because in 2000, it was a software-based deployment model, which means the software used to get delivered on CD, or you had to download from an FTP site, install it locally on your machine, and use it. But Salesforce completely changed this model. They said that everything is going to be internet HTML based, and people are simply going to use it from the machine. So that was the first example of software as a service. And since then, the market is full with different SaaS solutions. So some of you might have been using it. G Suite, right, is a SaaS example. Office 365 is a SaaS example. You might have been using multiple file sharing things like. So, for example, Box, again, a SaaS solution, right? Then there is Trilio. For every use case today, you have a SaaS solution available in the market. And again, it's very simple to consume. It's just a subscription-based model based upon how much you use. You are charged for that. So remember, three key services I talked about: infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a services. So if you look at this diagram, on the left-hand side, you have the on-premises example, right? Wherein you had everything installed at your physical location, which means your building space, the networking you had to create. You also had to put the security guys, security personnel, so that nobody gets inside your building, right? So that's also cost. Then you had storage, you had servers, then you had virtualization technology sitting on top of the servers. You had different operating systems, middleware, runtime, so on and so forth. Right? Entire stack from bottom to top was which means customer's responsibility. If you look at the infrastructure as a service, okay, which is towards the right, networking, storage, server, and virtualization. These are taken care by the cloud provider. Okay, everything which is above it, starting from operating system, middleware, runtime, data application, this becomes the customer responsibility. Customer will have to manage it. If you look into further right, you have the PaaS services. In PaaS services, you are responsible only for application and data. Rest everything is handled by the cloud service provider. And on to the extreme right side, you have software as a service, where you don't do anything, you simply consume it. Office 365. You straight away you start using mail, PowerPoint, Excel, right? So that's a power of moving from left to right. Now, obviously, what it means if you're using as is a SaaS solution, the flexibility goes down in terms of customization and changes, etc., etc. Whereas if you are all the way, in terms of infrastructure as a service, you have more choice. So you have to always balance out between, where you want to spend, right? If you want to spend more in having resources who are going to manage your infrastructure, then you probably will go for IaaS. If you want to probably get completely out of that maintenance overhead, then you will probably shift towards the right, which is a SaaS solution. In an ideal scenario for any organization, it will always be a mix of all three. Okay, you'll have IaaS capabilities which you are using, you'll have PaaS capabilities and SaaS capabilities. So with that, let's move on to the next part, which is the financial impact of cloud, right? So what it significantly changes is in total cost of ownership, right? You are moving from capex to opex, and obviously it helps you in the revenue realization as well. Now look at this diagram. Okay, it's this this is hypothetically for a retail client, right? Now you can see that on the left hand side, right? This is the demand in terms of number of users who are coming in. Okay, and on the x-axis you have the quarter-wise projection. So in around Q1 you can see that 200k users, Q2 you have about something 220k, and so on. It's moving, right? It's not a smooth graph, right? It's got a varying load at different point of time. Now, if you have to address this, right, in your on-premises world, what you will do is in Q1 you will probably buy additional hardware marked in red color, right? So that because when you buy the hardware, it's not that you immediately get the hardware, right? There's a provisioning time in the on-premises world. Typically, the way you should understand is it takes about 6 to 9 months, all the way from your ordering the hardware to its actual provisioning. That's a lead time which it used to take in an on-premises world. So keeping that in mind, that you have a demand coming for Q2, you start your work, way ahead in Q1, you get the extra hardware which is unused in Q1. Q2, again you realize that there's still something which you have messed up because you have not ordered to the full throttle. Q3, again you can notice there is a wasted capacity. Okay. Q4, again, you can identify that there's a wasted capacity, so on and so forth, right? So this kind of model was very difficult in an on-premises world because it always led to over expenditure. Now with the cloud, you have the power of elasticity. You can dynamically provision your resources up or down, right? So now what you are doing is you are using services on cloud, which is scaling up as your demand is scaling and scaling down as your demands are scaling down, right? So this power of cloud delivered in form of elasticity is actually helping you in achieving that. Okay.
Manoj, sorry to another couple of minutes because we have to.
Sure. I'm almost towards a fag end. So this is like benefits of moving to the cloud. The way it helps is it helps you in moving, feeling fast. You can try out. If it doesn't succeed, you can tear it down. It succeeds, take it forward, right? It provides significant cost savings, 32%, 40% in terms of your total IT cost. And some customers actually have received close to 80% when they move to the cloud. And then with an integrated, DevOps approach, you can build a strong pipeline which can be completely automated without a human intervention. Right. So that was primarily my last slide. Just quickly take you through. This could be something for you as in terms of your maybe your interest, and maybe if you want to do some homework further on this. This basically takes you through like how you can build a career on the cloud. There are different, links I have provided. It's on the different cloud providers. It's on AWS, Azure, right? Google. What you can do is probably, you can pick one of the cloud. Rather, I'll suggest that if you're 50 of you, you can distribute some in AWS, some in Azure, Google. Start practicing, try out new things. There would obviously be a lot of learning you will get, which will also make you and equip you for your role forward, right? So with that, I have come to the end of the session. Any questions which you would like me to address, I can take up now.
So those certification logs is nominal cost, right? Most of them fundamentals they have through Udemy and Coursera they can take.
Yes, yes. So these courses are actually free. You know, most of them you can go to Coursera, Udemy, or you can also directly go to the AWS Azure site. They're all free content for you, which you can leverage.
Okay. Any questions, ma'am, from students?
Uh, no, sir.
Great, Manoj. In the interest of time, so thank you very much for the great session, especially from a business point of view.
Excuse me, sir.
Oh, there's one question. Yes, Rakshit.
Sir, read somewhere in online that there will be AWS exam for $100 or something. Sir, please tell me about that.
So see, there are different exams available, right, from all the providers, and a lot of them are also discounted. What you can also try out is if your college has got a tie-up with some of the providers, because as part of industry academia participation, right, some of these cloud providers, they are providing a lot of their things free to the students. Just check with your HOD who is handling this. There might be something available at a much cheaper rate than $100.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Great, Manoj. So thank you very much, and I will continue with this one. You're welcome to stay. Thank you.
Thanks, Mohan. Thank you. Bye.
So you're able to see my screen. Lakshmi, ma'am, is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay, so typically this is exactly for engineering students. This is the high, or it could be 4 semesters for MBA. Either way, the emphasis is, like you see, there should be a lot of industry interaction, internship. I know the thing gets harder towards the summit, but in the meanwhile, what are the skill sets? I'll just go through some of the stuff, because when you are ready for placements, there are a lot of things you have to have, like a pre-packed precursor. Otherwise, you will struggle just learning in the last semester, right? That you have not had any interaction or any internship projects. So it's going to be a struggle. So you go through, that scale as you go along different semesters, right? For people from first year to last semester. So somehow you have to cross the bridge. This is a pictorial thing, but how do we say from industry to academia to industry, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're going to start a thing on your own or you start up companies, right? You still need to cross that bridge. And this is how typically in an engineering, you will have project management, architect, consulting, or sales functional, then 0 to 3 years, then 3 to 10 life you will happily get married. Happily, I don't know, you will get married at some stage, your life will go on, a lot of things. And then this is how you'll span, right? But then on the MBA side, similarly to this, you'll have project management, business roles, consulting roles. Some of you will still be in technology, right? So what is needed is niche skills. See, what we look at, we don't want somebody knowing only Excel, PPT. That is all not, even 8th, 9th class students know that, right? Somebody who is in MBA, they need banking certification. Somebody, Bullard's exam for English, right? Or in engineering, you need to have computer programming, right? So for example, we need engineering next stack, that is full stack development. So you have to think like a product. You can't be coming as a programmer anymore. They'll give a end to end, and it'll encompass everything, even a little bit of cloud. People will ask you. I think Manoj went through different things. At least your awareness, right? Even though you are not used in a hypothetical situation, in a case study, they will ask you somehow how the elements. So there's some source code you need to understand, open source. I think you're already doing it. And some of this, I'm just leaving it so that you take a screenshot. It's all about programming, especially computer science, electronics, the circuit branches. you're expected to know 2 or 3 languages, right? At different, CI/CD, continuous integration, source code management, right? So I'm just quickly going through again database. You need to have NoSQL database, open source database, MongoDB. So lot of things. Little bit on data science. Those who are going to take a little bit of AI, ML. This is the path. I mean, you save it and you can always refer it. Always have training, product certifications, soft skills. So, and you have to do, if you have a fire engine which doesn't do any help, doesn't do drills before actual fire fighting, then there's no point of having, similar, you being an engineering graduate, if you're not done anything hands-on, it's not relevant, right? So see, do some things on your own. Now you have time now to try it out. I know there are no labs to go, and sometimes it opens up maybe next semester, but try on your own a lot of things. Participate in hackathon, right? Volunteer in large product companies. Even if you find bug, they'll give you pay money. Women only hackathon. There are a lot of things for you. And some of the MOOC providers, I think we all take away from Dr. Pratima's session, the MOOC. So imagine all free now. 95% of the things are all given free. Unlike we used to pay huge money, right? Now it's all accessible through government SWAYAM portal, NEPTL. So many stuff you can use this. Okay, so this is one. I'll just go through another set of things. Last 20 minutes, I'll cover interview preparedness. That's very, very, if you have friends, call them back. I know they'll time for their lunch and breakfast. Just call them back to this session. But very, very apt, and you have to go through this. It'll be a quick, like you say, T20 style session. But let's see how much we can cover. That will close our today's sessions. So let me open that. You're able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just bear with me now. It'll be running very fast. We have 30 minutes. I know I'm conscious of your time. Let's cut the chase, and I think we all have to aim high, right? With post-COVID, there's nothing we can dig deep or go underneath, right? We still have to be above the water and see through things and rise up above. Things. Everybody is working hard to get our lives back. So we cannot be complacent and looking at things and some of the dream builders. I mean, these are all very generic. I'm not going to go, but I will stop at always aim for the thing. And it depends on how you see the roadmap, right? Whether you see downhill from now onwards, which is good, or it's the other way around. Like for you, life is going to be okay. My studies are done. Now what, right? You can see. But there is still time to change the road you're going to be on, right? For that, so what is that it will keep me ahead of the thing, because ahead of competition, something you are differentiator, right? You have to be, otherwise your interview process, I have got, I'll tell you 45,000 universities, then you have about 4.5 lakhs people, engineers complete 2.5 MBAs. Where do you stand, right? So this is some of the mandatory, and of course, soft skills are very important on the right side. On the left side, we say hard skills. It's about domain, your subject, your project, your internship. It all comes under on the left side. That's hard skills, industry, domain, and process and other stuff. But what more important is people are now looking at communication attitude. See, you have to understand, in India, I'll be honest with you, nothing is selection. It's all elimination, because of the volume of people and less opportunity, supply and demand. Now, why we ask communication, it is not just to fail you or anything. It is because we are services organization. Maybe we are a product company. Customers are asking, we need somebody, who can articulate, present well, write, show and tell, a lot of things. That's why there's emphasize, nowadays even customers are interviewing, it was not there before. If I put a business analyst, a MBA, with the finance knowledge, they are going to ask interview. They say, no, we need somebody to work, because it's not about English also, because you also have to understand interculture, intraculture. You'll be working global projects, so it's going to be a challenge, right? With now online, still more challenge. Online communication itself is a different paradigm. How effective we are, your body language, your way you're going to communicate. Of course, we covered a lot of things on attitude and problem solving. This is typically everybody, analysis in terms of any interviews. So this is, I think we all know your placement should tell you. If you don't know, please ask them, because some of them you will be surprised. Usually now with GD is going to be the first round, whether you are an MBA or an engineer, because they don't want in the end coming that you can't communicate or not in a, though you got all the prerequisites. So understand the process. If you don't know, ask them. Some of them will be in the notice board online. Make sure you understand the process. Don't be coming for surprise. Some of you even booked the ticket to go home early. I mean, not now, but at least happened. But then the interview got rescheduled. So be wary of all the end-to-end process. And then very quickly, in some cases, they ask you 60% MBA in. So try and maintain that, right? What are the key aspects? Attitude. I think we discussed on attitude, grooming, appearance, your verbal communication. There you'll be given something to write, achievements, hobbies, business acumen. If you are going to be in financial, do you have anything about if you have done projects, insurance, right? That's how we're going to assess. Good, very good. So if you are fair and poor, there of course your application will get rejected anyway. So hiring process, sometimes you may have to present, especially the MBA people. Don't get carried away just saying, I will be over the telephone. Doesn't mean. Sometimes you have to stand up. Here, of course, in online, you have to present, make your own presentation. Panel, there will be 2 or 3 panels. Okay, so at least be wary of all this, the process. Okay, and online test, aptitude. Then you have, if you are an engineer, now with national level test, TCS, Wipro does, nook and corner. They don't have to go to campuses, right? Sometimes it's campus focused. Otherwise, it's open now. Everybody's got opportunity. You have to write 2 or 3 programs. Once you clear, you go to next logical reasoning, numerical ability, problem solving, and then communication, verbal and other stuff, right? So that's how. Then next level, technical, HR, understand. So I just very, very quickly, I'll go through what are the opportunities, find out the opportunities there for you. Don't come back and the same thing we have seen and again and again. Everybody saying, I have not got opportunity. Opportunity, in fact, with online open thing, it's more, there are more opportunities now. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit favor being in urban and city and other stuff. Now it is not. In fact, it's opened up 30 states or whatever in our country, the union districts extended, nooks and corners of the people are now getting opportunity. So it's opened up, it's online, most of the things happen. I know it's some tough times right through, but finally you will make it. You will make your college proud, faculty, parents, right? So what is that dream? Everybody has to go through test. It is not that I know somebody, all those days are gone. I have some uncle, aunt somewhere. Everybody has to go climb the same tree, whether you like it. This is the process. Okay. And I told you, I think good is not enough anymore, because everybody is good in this country. If you ask, I don't know, everybody says 90% people are good, but what is the output? What is the outcome? Where are we? Where is it GDP? Where are we with everything? So there is a meaning, there's a differentiation between good and excellence in what you do. I think I already told you, you have to be best. Otherwise, just being good, that is just a pedestrian, so it's not going to help you. So know yourself, do your SWOT analysis, bring out your strengths. Don't say weaknesses in your dictionary. People will say, but turn it around as an area of opportunity. In an interview process, you can always say, so what are the SWOT analysis you are going to bring? How you are going to enhance it? And of course, there are, I told you, weakness. Remove that word weakness. How you're going to resolve? Yes, there are areas of improvement. How you're going to resolve and how you reduce that fear could be, or in a subject, in a domain, or it could be anything else, or communication skills, or lack of other stuff, right? Programmatic. Okay, if you don't know, now you start writing Python programs, right? How do you threat? Like I said, 4.5 lakhs engineers is always a threat for you, right? If there are only 40 positions all over, people will apply 2020 batch or 2021 batch, right? So see how many, that is itself is a competition. So what do you say in the interview when you do a SWOT analysis for your own? You bring your strength, your family, your ethics, your values. I would avoid religion and other stuff, right? Generally, stick to your basic values. Bring whatever you can provide to the community and those sort of things. Then about how you're going to enhance your stuff, read about it, and you look at. So this is how you do the write your resume. Keep your resume short and simple. I will share a sample resume to ma'am. She will send it later. But be honest in your claims. Don't round it off. Somebody says 59% is not first class or whatever. Don't round it off thinking nobody will see. We will spend background verification. In fact, if you're thrown, you will be thrown out of any company, right? So fake. There are about 60-70% still fake resumes come. Now with artificial intelligence, we will know exactly whether you're faked or you're lied, and change your marks card. All that is now technology. We will all get caught. So please be your integrity starts with what you claim. If you have a second, so be it. It's okay. Life is not going to end, right? So be very careful. Very quickly, later I'll send you the resume, but this is at least an objective is what, whether you're looking in some domain, fresh opportunities, write full university name, don't have shortcuts. Coursework, for example, you have done dual specialization, mention so major and minor. Computer, Microsoft application is not, I should even change this slide. This is not enough anymore, right? At least if you are an MBA student, no analytics, SPSS, or it could be any analytics, or an engineer Python, or at least 2 or 3, one database, right? Your project, internship, abilities, skills, recommend. Again, references, please ask before you put their names and contact numbers, right? Sometimes when they go back and ask, they'll say, I don't know this person. So it'll be very embarrassing. You just tell them that maybe your HOD, somebody, right? Your industry. Don't put your own relatives, right? It's not about that. So date of birth, don't put age. Date of birth is hobbies is very important. Don't put your ethnic identity. Sometimes they think place of birth itself is and don't put, unless they say yes, you can put Bangalore and others, but you say don't put anything about married, never married, going to get married, was married. We are not interested, right? Your sexual orientation today, nobody will ask. Sometimes they'll ask because of name confusion, right? So male, female, today we have to have diversity and inclusive. Other also is there. Okay, so in some cases in defense, they'll ask you place of birth, height, weight, and all that. So use power words like how you are responsible, coordinating, evaluating, directing. Don't cut and paste from your friend, somebody, right? Use some your abilities, what you're going to bring. There's a difference between proficient and the other words. Just ensure that, okay? So what it means to be working under pressure, because everything you write, we will elaborate in the interview. So don't come and cut and paste generic. Somebody says, I'll, that is not how we are going to find it out. We will ask you situation, the task, and action and result. Start technique. See, we are all interview certified professionals. We are not allowed to ask you in your phone number or even touch you face to face, right? Anything like that. Similarly, we will also ask you some questions where you were involved in, because you have written all that situation, task, action. What were the action? What were the results, right? So we have our interview technique. We've been trained in that to have a professional interview. It's not about studies alone, right? I think we have to have a lot of social, communities, network. being physical and mental. I think Dr. Pratima talked about it. And each one has got its benefit. If you have participated in NCC, NSS, what does it mean? Right? It means of discipline and social concern. Right? If you are in a debate, that means persuasion and communication is good. So it has got its some benefit, right? That's why we keep asking you to do a lot of, not just bore your stuff. Because we know when, between 15 years, the way you're going to learn is different. 15 to 20, your learning process is different. 20 to 25 is different. And beyond is, of course, continuous online throughout the life we learn. But there are certain things you have, the outcome you will know that by learning. So again, coming back to resume, have a cover letter, cover email. Please don't say, please find attached and a smiley. That is not the way you write. You again, a short synopsis you have to write in a cover email as well. Address it properly, dear sir, madam. If you don't know their names, first name, last name, right? So sir, madam, sir. Find out and address to them, and make sure you have all support documentation, right from your Aadhaar card, government statutory regulation, your passport. Just keep it handy. Find out what is the occupation you're going. Don't ask in the interview what I'm supposed to do, what you're asking me. Find out from your placement, or if there is a financial analyst, what it means. If it's a human resource manager, find out. If it's a analytics engineer or analyst programmer, what it means, right? Or if you are a chemical engineer or an industrial engineer, mechanical engineer, what you're supposed to do. Find out exactly, and know the organization. Spend some time. Don't be lazy, thinking that they will not ask. They will ask you, what do you know about us? Google, Wipro, or bank, HDFC. Give some data points, highlight. Even sometimes if you say this, they will not know about their own thing. They'll be quite impressed that amount of information you have gathered. It only take 20-25 minutes today, okay, on your finger, when you're just jot it down. Okay, so about Google, then similarly about Wipro, then any other company. Prepare the questions or ask. You can also ask questions. It is not that I ask, you ask, and then there's a table tennis match between employer and then you. So you are also allowed to ask, what are the employment conditions. Don't ask salary. Salary is almost told upfront for you. But you can ask, if there is any on-site opportunity, learning, how much of training company is going to invest. A lot of things you can ask, but you see how the mood, and they'll ask you before you part with the interview, are there any questions? Don't feel shy. One of the things you also have to get to know a lot of things. Is it safe place for women? Now of course they're all working home, night shifts, travel to and fro, open work environment, safe environment, fulfilling projects. Because you might have 2 or 3 offers, but you can't go and negotiate, but you have to see whether each company is giving you the best, right? Career guidance. So types of interviews, of course, you have to understand today's mostly they'll have panel interviews, because that offshoots any biases and other stuff. They'll usually have 1 HR and 2 technical, especially in online, or it could be 2 technical, right? Followed by, of course, today phone and video is almost similar, right? So groom yourself. Again, you don't have to go to big beauty parlor, spend 2,000 just to look good. Just be presentable and pleasant looking face, charming smile and other stuff. So understand the process and training. Like I said, power dressing, MBA, and finally engineering. Please wear tie. Even in online also, you look professional. If I were you, I would even put suit. Doesn't matter, right? It gives a very good thing, because nowadays they record everything. Okay, so they'll replay the whole. We are supposed to record by legally. And then power dressing for women, again, don't have to go like a wedding, jing bang, too much of earring and all that. Just see how professional. If you don't know, you see in YouTube what is the current trend, what sort of the tone of the color, everything goes with your dressing. power dressing, very like tie is a must. I always I see people coming casually, right? If you have tattoo, not against tattoo or anything, cover it, because some people may have a different mindset to it. So at least cover for the interview. After that it's okay, but just be professionally at least. So this is some of the things you can take a snapshot and keep it. What is important, very important, right? Especially if you are not a degree student anymore, you are a professional degree, mind you, because you will be traveling on site, you will be going for visas, you will be standing in front of consulates, so much of things you will be doing. Okay, so please make sure that you are well equipped, carry all the credentials, take 2 or 3 sets of copies. Sometimes it's neatly stapled, not ruffled paper. Though it is a soft copy, sometimes they prefer hard copy also. Keep it, everything, 2 or 3 copies, including government statutory requirements. Project work you carry. A lot of people don't carry. In fact, I give preference in my panel interview people who carry projects, because very straight away I will most likely talk about projects only, because that is something they have done it, show and tell, I can see. So people say, no, the college didn't tell me, the professors didn't tell me, placement by default, it's not going to be heavy, right, in your bag. So you can always, like I said, take laptop also. When I say carry project, one is paper based, the other one is your laptop. Suddenly, see, this is the difference between IITs, NITs and other colleges. I always see NIT people, IIT, they bring the laptops by default. They immediately open the laptop and keep it. They'll ask permission, sir, if it's okay, I'll keep it. In anything you want, I will show you my projects. And they keep everything ready, the applications, the GitHub, the thing they've developed, the theses, they submitted, the papers, conference. Of course, this is all hygiene. I'm not going to, we're all common sense. Don't put me in the vibrating mode, ting, ting, WhatsApp mode, right? Be on time, even if it's online. See, like we tested with Dr. Rashmi, 8:30, right? On the dot, ensure that it's all working. So ensure when you are ready for even online, be on time. You can't blame network, power is not there, not charged. Those stories will not sell anymore, right? We are all professionals and very good institution. Don't keep that thing. Okay, be on time. Of course, here we don't shake hands, but you can always wish online. Just see the power. This is all amazing, right? When I used to do last 10 years, the power of distancing. Today, by default, we are all doing social distancing. Otherwise, people jumping on each other. Even in airports, I don't know what is the hurry. They each bump into each other's backs. They should maintain distance, right? And Western world, they're very, very particular about the space. They get annoyed. Of course, in India also, now everybody's conscious about distance. So be very wary of that. How you're going to sit, even in online, show confidence. I think show that eagerness. Don't go off to sleep. Okay, I know morning you had a heavy breakfast in interview. You were too calm, too composed, means then that was another problem. Be alert. Lean forward, like she said. Thank you for their time. You have to be a little bit more vocal, saying that thank you, because people are taking time, so that it's not just because they're doing their role. They are ensuring that they're giving their time to conduct interviews. We have to request panels. Some of them are very, very busy in this world. And there are two sets of people anyway. One is busy, and the other one pretend to be busy. Okay, you can judge yourself which bucket you are. So what are you judged on? Communication. As we speak communication, we already got extra communication now. Okay, so communication. Where you're going to verbal, non-verbal, clarity, presentation, advanced presentation, everything is communication. Where you have written project report, right? If I ask you to write something, executive summary for MBA marketing, that's what we'll ask you. We will ask you to prepare a good presentation, right? We'll give 2 hours. We'll say do some online selling, right? So again, all that please go through a lot of videos. You have interviews from each organization already there. Of course, we talk much about his attitude. I'm just running the confidence, stability. When you say stability, is about emotional stability. Not physical, yes, the picture says, but how well are you connected? Are you emotional, right? When you're given some scenarios, because certain job needs that type of work. You cannot react, be panicky, or especially if I put you in a job where you are doing airport traffic control. Can you panic? Do you have about 14 landings and some 15 takeoffs every hour? Can you panic in that job, right? You have to be thinking through solving problems. These are some of the things, leading from the front, right? Are you a team player? They'll ask you, demonstrate. Okay, in college you have done something, come up with all your whatever you have done, or some of you have got limited work experience, right? Here rowing is so important. Each of them have to, that sculling, right? Otherwise you will not win the race. And of course you all know Formula One. In 4 seconds now they're changing tires. It has reduced from 20 seconds. Amazing. 4 seconds, blink of your eye, they change 4 tires. That means 1 second a tire, 18 of them. So much of teamwork. If you don't do this, that person will get killed in 400 kilometers per hour. You can't even see anything. He'll be in vapor. So they all trust on those 18 people. Okay, so cricket, sports, leadership, flexibility here again, it's not physical, of course. Physical also you need in endurance and defense, but it's also about how flexible are you going to be working in a weekend? Like, can you stretch some more? Sometimes IT implementation go over holiday time. Are you able to stretch? They'll ask you. Not only motivating others, self motivation. Day in, day out. This is my 70th webinar from last 9 months. I had to be self-motivated. Even now, I talk like a parrot, and the same. Sometimes new jokes I have to get it, but I have to be self-motivated. Otherwise, people, I have to be motivating others, inspiration to others, right? So like that, you need to be doing all. It's all will come out in the interview process. Logical, of course. I told you about exams. Planning, they'll ask you some of the interpersonal skills, teamwork, problem solving. This is again today's world. That is what we need in pandemic. We can't have people creating more. Okay, people have problems. You solve it now. That is what customer is asking us. Don't come back and tell same problem. Or you create multiple problems now. So you have to demonstrate passion in your job, in your professional, personal life. There will be situation questions. How you going to handle stress? Hard work, of course. Hard work is smart work also. Some places, yes, we demonstrate hard work. See the COVID situation. Yes, we did some hard. We have to do hard work also, because people have to lift, shift. And we were 40,000 meals we were giving for 26 days in the peak of thing. 4 kitchens were running. I met a lot of people who are doing, so much hygiene. You have to put the food right, this one quality. We cannot afford any thing with the food, right? A lot of hard work was done. Initiative. Okay, thinking out of the box. All this again with examples. It's nice to see in slides, right? Beautiful, but it means a lot. So prepare for the questions. Tell me out the first question people will ask you. Tell me how that itself people struggle, honestly. They take very hesitant because they are not rehearsed it. Go through a mirror, ask your friend, your family members to ask these questions to you. Tell me about yourself. Start about you. Full name, first name, last name, then what people call you. Talk about your education. Highlight if you're a topper, gold medalist, or top in your universities, or few, a lot of things. Let it come out. This is selling time. And don't forget hobbies and interest. I am a person of sports. I went to a few colleges, IITs, NIT. Somebody says I'm a badminton. They show me certificate. Of course, I believe looking at them. I'm a cricket team captain. I don't hesitate. I select them. I know he's a team player. That guy is a leader, natural leader, and we anyway train them. So by default, I select any sports person. I tell the HR also, boss, if this person can work in a team, he can work in anywhere, any part of the world. Don't worry. You just assess his other things. And of course, we ask some technical and Okay, why should we hire you? See some of the questions, please take a note, take a screenshot. So we can do a detailed session later on, but you know, in the interest of time, I have 4 more minutes to close. And 5 objectives: adaptable, ambitious, adventurous. You know about you. Keep it handy. You know what people call you. Some of the things, don't get stunned. Alright, this is not in the syllabus. I was not baby spoon fed. Nobody told me these questions. It was not in the internet. Nothing like that. They might ask anything, right? So in some cases, press interviews also. Of course, in some cases, ugly interviews, which I don't agree upon. But they put you on the spot. That's why sometimes non-ethical also comes. But be careful answering what you have to answer. And okay, so that is it. We also ask different questions, hypothetical, open. Sometimes we keep quiet, silence. We keep. That means we just make you uncomfortable, so that you will at least answer the previous one, or at least prompt us. We will ask you where you want to be in 5 years' time. Okay, that's about it. And of course, with the GD. Again, GD, be careful. A lot of things you have to be prepared. Do mock interviews. I'm happy to do another extended sessions with your placement. Get into a lot of group discussions. We have done many of them in the pandemic online. Somebody moderating. So speak up. This is your chance. You have to make your parents proud. One day you look back 5 years, you will be on site. You will be thinking, going back to your Bagalkot, visiting. You will be so proud, you know, that somewhere in the world you are globally working, and the platform has been set for you. And wonderful thing I have seen from your institution. Thank you. With that, ma'am, anything else? Any questions we can open?
Yes.
One question.
Students?
I'm interested in product-based companies. Can you read, please? I just went off.
Yeah, I'm interested in product-based companies. So do you suggest to take risk and go for off-campus product-based companies, or it's better to go for whatever the college offers, service-based and consultancy companies? The question is asked by Rakshit sir.
So very good question. See, I'm telling you, don't wait for anything, for something to happen. We don't know what will be the campus, what will be the recruitment process. We don't know how much headcount. See, in Wipro, we are going to take 7,000 this year. We already taken 600 MBAs. We don't know what is going to be. What I'm saying is, if you are liking to do a product-based companies, go join for it. Don't wait for anything. I always keep 2 offers in hand. Okay, one is normal, the other one is dream offer. In some colleges, they talk about, they allow you to get 2 offers in hand. Okay, so if you are, try. In fact, I worked for Oracle for 10 years. Okay, then Siebel for 2 years. It's a product they implement. I enjoyed my time, though I was a functional consultant, and I was not a real. Last programming I did in 1999. I had a lot of hair that time. Now you can see everything gone. But I did a lot of good implementation in the product, general ledger, AP, AR, supply chain, FMG. So it's good. So if you can get something, go for it, and also keep one leg with the campus as well, because either way, before you leave the campus, the comfort level is, if you have one offer, it'll be good, so that some fallback. Otherwise, you'll be under pressure because your peer pressure, they're all completed and gone, joined. You're still, then you're thinking whether I have to do MTech or other things. So try both. Product companies, when you go for interviews, make sure your engineering skills, or if your functional skills are good. We back up with that and demonstrate that why. If you already done some, you show it in the interview. Definitely, they'll take you. The startup companies are looking for those people who love to be. That's how we are building, right? In India, you see, if you see so many acquisitions, big companies are buying small companies. I mean, not small in size, but the product they're acquiring. I know in Wipro itself, we have acquired so many companies, good product companies, and it's good. You'll be proud, to work in a product. You will see what you have developed. Can we use our LinkedIn profile as your resume? Yes, LinkedIn is one of the things, but that is not necessary You cannot put everything there. Of course, what we see in LinkedIn is somebody recommending you, or if you got any awards, or you have done any certification. But don't put everything 100% your resume in LinkedIn. But give a short, good synopsis. Right, get somebody to review your LinkedIn. Don't put your some zoo picture. You're gone somewhere, or Disney World. Right, again, have a professional picture to start with, objective, and connect with the right companies. And what happens is artificial intelligence today, they'll pull out all that data from your LinkedIn and they'll offer you. And be very careful. Nowadays, fake companies are extracting from LinkedIn, and they'll offer you, and you end up. I know from few people from Bangalore College, they lost money. We be very careful with monsters of the world, real monsters. And what is the other? There's Naukri. Very, very dangerous. They're all. Be very careful. LinkedIn is still a professional thing, but be careful. That's all. What are the tips to crack an interview within the short duration? So, like I said, firstly, bring your academic thing. If your highlights something project, something aligns with that product company or a services company, and then of course your project internship. You have to make an impression, right? Maybe first interview you would have not done. Ask them for another opportunity, and prepare well. See, a lot of people walk through to 2 o'clock. Very shameful to say 10 o'clock they won't have got up also. I mean, I don't care what time you get up, but you prepare for interview, right? 1-2 hours you spend. They'll ask you, especially if you are a finance student, they'll ask you, have we gone through our profit loss? Do you know what was the last quarter's revenue? You cannot blink or stand there stunned. If you tell them, sir, last quarter you have done so much, you are all, finance is your forte. If you're able to explain that, wow, they'll say, ma'am, this girl is come so prepared. They will not ask you any other question. So general things, then they'll ask about GDP, some common things. They'll ask about, of course, they're not any political or anything, but they'll ask you, can economy be revived? What are the things? Have everything, aspect of everything, and prepare well. If we don't have experience in the field, and if recruiters asking what a fresher can do, okay, see here again, very tricky question. You have to show, if you are going to be, I'm assuming Saurabh, you are an engineer or MBA, either one of them. But if you are an engineer, show them you know programming. Tell them that, look, I can give me some time, give me a small application, I will develop for you at my leisure. I'll show it to you. Or if you have done some hackathons, show them GitHubs, like I told you, project repository, show it to them, or certification. All are important. But see, all this technically they'll ask you a lot of questions. Be prepared. Even conceptual is enough. In some cases, if you are not done, you're not. But you give them that thing that I'm a fast learner. Give me some challenging. I will turn it around and do. And a lot of startup companies are looking for this sort of people. They all understand. See, everybody understands. Do you think I will not know? I know that everybody. I sit in board of studies, right? Both engineering and MBA. I know where we are thinking. It's sometimes what happens is, finally it comes down to your attitude. If you show positive attitude to learn, everybody will give opportunities. Again, you have to make a convincing story. Good resume, that you have attended a lot of webinars, you have presented papers. Okay. So freshers don't have that thing in your mind, fresher. Technically, you're not a fresher, right? You have done a lot of work, assignments, you have done, it's just that little bit of mentorship, some guidance, you're going to get through. If you work on projects on your own, but non-commercial or not published, do have. Of course, any project in anything is, but like I said in the beginning today, relevant project. Don't come back and say that I did a payroll, I cut and paste. We will catch you in the first 2 pages. Your objective itself will know. Show them some relevant projects you have done on your own. Demonstrate. You tell, sir, I've done this Python programming. I've done an IoT project. I'm an electronics student. I've done something, RFID, or a facial recognition or AR. You show that, and they'll appreciate all that. In the interview, they'll give enough time. Just, or you can prompt them to say, sir, can I also talk about certain things I have done? They'll listen. Nobody will say no, right? Even the interview goes 10 minutes. We cannot rush interview. So they'll listen to you. But we keep everything handy, well written, and so that quickly you can turn around and so be it. Do you think all are computer science engineers in this world? No. If you see, the excellent people are non-circuit branches. In fact, computer science people have gone complacent, saying that I know it all, and then they fail in the. I'm sorry to say that. Okay, so any project what you have done, highlight it, but it should be relevant. Today you see that social cloud mobility, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and go through that. Big data, all those things. Or in an MBA, do something. Digital marketing. Ma'am is a guide. She's been doing. If one person I know is her only. Digital marketing. She knows in and out. I've learned a lot of things last 8 years. So you already have somebody. You work on it, present it. Any other questions?
Sir, sorry to interrupt. Sir, students, I request you to please switch on your videos. So we need to take one screenshot. Sir, will you please stop the screen share so that I can take a screenshot of all the students?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So
we need to make a documentation, sir. That's why.
Yeah. Please go by the process.
Yeah. Students, please switch on your videos.
So don't feel shy about it. Switch on, because in interview also they'll ask you. You cannot be hiding mask and wherever you are comfortable. Don't worry. You are just sitting. You are sleeping. Just sit up for now.
Yeah.
For the photo shoot. Yeah.
Yes.
And smile. You're not seriously. Everybody is so serious, and so smile as well.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. So I think that's about it. Is anybody having any questions? We can always reach out. I'm happy to do more sessions. Be connected with you. It's just a matter of time. I will send you some sample questionnaires. I'll send you the whole pack to Dr. Rashmi, and then she will distribute sample resumes for both MBAs and engineering students. Typical questions, some sample. So even people are going to be in second year, third year, just have that mindset, how you're going to be facing interview, because you don't get caught in the last semester. Otherwise, you will be very nervous. You're not prepared. That's the problem. And if you are prepared one semester before, 1 year before, you can, it's not a rocket science. Don't make this, whole interview, or even doesn't matter if you're going to be an entrepreneur, go for a startup, venture capital funding, interviews, bank loans, all that. If you are very confident, you can, respond to any questions. It's just that people make a big thing about it. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. It was a wonderful
Sir,
question, Lakshit.
Sir, if we have many skills and completed many courses, but we have a low CGPA, so do we get recruited?
See, again, to be honest, certain companies need that prerequisite, but there are other companies also. For example, I spoke to IBM, and they want only 50%. They don't want but depends on, again, maybe an engineer, infrastructure engineer. They do understand. In fact, can I be very honest, blunt with you? Sometimes they don't need engineers also. They need BCA people. They need diploma of computer science. So I think there is a myth that everybody has to got distinction. Okay, top companies need, that is because of company policy, they have not changed. That's why I'm saying gig work. If you see in other part of the world, everybody doesn't have degree or anything. I mean, I'm not discouraging you to not to have degree, but in India, but it's a mandatory if you have to get loans or anything, right? But highlight your technical bit more than the thing, and be honest with whatever you said that there were constraints in getting high scores. Fair enough, accept it. But however, complement with other skills, your strengths. It will work out. And every company, see, if you apply 10 companies, maybe 7 companies will not, 3 companies will definitely give you a chance to. But it all depends on how you write resume and what are the things you have done. So don't worry, of course, but having said that, at least if you have a semester or 1 more year, you catch up, do it, get some good marks, at least it will bump it up, the average will go up. You cannot just be, put some effort, no? Final year, final semester, especially the project one, all you will get good marks if you do well. Okay. I hope I answered your question.
Yes,
In
thank
fact,
you, sir.
can I be very blunt? I got diploma electrical. I got, of course, second rank those days, and I got merit seat lateral entry in electrical engineering. And in electrical engineering, very embarrassingly, I got only 62%. Whether you call it first class, whether it's 65, I don't know. 62%. My dad was so fuming, and the entire batch, we were only 4 of us who got 60 above. You think I had a long runway in computers, 32 years? Do you think my marks, anybody cares now, an electrical degree with 62%? Of course, it was very hard, engineering 4 years, to come from electrical diploma to shift, and we did it, okay. But having said that, the first 2-3 jobs, yes, marks is also, but after that it's all skill, no? I want somebody, Python, for a 3-year Python, we are giving 15 lakhs, yeah? We don't ask whether you're a chemical engineer, whether you're from Timbuktu or Madhya Pradesh or Bagalkot or Hosur. We don't even care. Do you have a skill? Python skill, 3 years. Can you imagine 15 lakhs? Cloud architect, we are paying 40 lakhs. You tell me I need 60 people now. Do you have any friends, extended family members? 40 lakhs is the salary. Accenture pays, I don't want to tell how much they're paying, but I'm telling you, cloud architect with 10 to 12 years experience. We will not ask whether any degree or, of course, there are some mandatory HR processes there. So don't have this mindset that sometimes, yes, but what we need, industry needs is skill. Okay. If that brings some comfort to you, but this is very rarely an industry. Somebody tells talk, but I'm open saying that after I'm paying. I got a Lotus Notes, a 14-year guy. If I tell you, will fall off the chair. 32 lakhs. I onboarded him last week. He's got 14 years only. But legacy, Lotus Notes is a legacy. It's almost now from IBM, it has gone to HCL. But we need, right? Because we need that resource. We need that project to be successful. Customer is fine. He was amazed. 2 sets of interviews, certified Lotus Notes engineer. I onboarded him last week. Okay. Okay, ma'am. I think
Yes.
I want to stop their lunchtime. I think they have been there patiently waiting.
Sir, I just request any of the students, if they are willing, please give your feedback. Anyway, they have filled the feedback through link, but still.
Just speak up, no? I think what you gathered, I think you, to be honest, you invested from 915 to 150. Amazing stuff. Not many colleges will have this. See, I am a visiting professor. I teach, okay? I teach in a couple of MBA colleges, and I'm an external faculty also. I know how it's difficult, 1 hour to spend 1.5 hours, but you had the patience to listen. Amazing stuff. So please, a few words from your side, what you got it, what you would like more sessions to follow. Ma'am will arrange for you. some interventions we can do it. We have an industry network. It's not that everybody is commercially oriented. We can bring people on board. I'm not an expert in everything. Somebody wants to talk on risk management, somebody in open source technology. Any few words from anybody? Really appreciate. This is your communication skills will come up now, at least. Yeah. Suhas. Anybody is there?
So in comment box, everyone is saying a thank you, they are mentioning there.
Thank you all. I think good. So if you have many skills and completed courses, that we have addressed already. Okay, so I think wishing you all the best. Keep going. We are all in the same boat. Don't worry. Whether you are a student, educator, whether everybody is going through the same emotional, whatever you call, but we will get over it. I have survived 4 recessions. Now I think I can write a book. I had a long runway, thankfully, but I think I did the right thing in the right place. So you will all have opportunity. Don't go in sulking mode. Lot of things for you, and I'm telling you, you go and tell your friends, somebody who is there 45 plus in any field, their jobs are numbered, days are numbered. But you have that long runway of another 25 years in the workforce. So you be very happy that you are in the right, generation. You are not in the other side. Other sides are the ones who will be worried. Okay, so you have a lot of future. I wish if I turn my clock back, I'll be with you back to the future. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. It was a great pleasure to hear you after a long time. And our students, definitely they will be implementing the things that they have learned here. And it was very beneficial for them. And I hope next year we will see you on campus. And personally, our students will get an opportunity to meet you. I personally thank mm, Madam Khandelwal Madam, as well as Tiwari sir. And I take this opportunity to thank all the students for their patience listening. And most important, Principal sir for giving us some permission for conducting this, and as well as our TechUp and EAP coordinator, and also my co-coordinator, Dr. Shilata Rao Madam. So thank you very much, sir. And not next year, actually we are planning to have you at our campus for next after 2 months. So hope that will be fine.
Yeah, always there. Thank you.
Our MBA students are really missing you. And they have actually asked us to arrange one workshop, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Thank you all the students.
All the best. Stay safe. Thank you.